I said,
And we are live.
Yay!
Hello everyone and welcome to Final Boss Fight. My name is Jeff and John is not with us tonight because he's away on holiday.
Dead.
He's dead
Yeah,
apparently. So instead a few of us decided to come together and take over his channel. I am joined by, in no particular order,
No,
Sean.
Jeff, you just kind of gave it all away now. Now John's gonna storm in and be like, "Hey, why the fuck you on the channel?"
I'm joined by
Quick!
Sean, Commander Crumpet, Queen Creeps.
Wait, no, I haven't done my hair yet.
It's Ben again,
Alcohol!
and Tanny, our resident dragon.
My scales are dirty. Can you just please wait?
And we are going to play some Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. And for this, I am going to hand over to our lovely GM, Sean, also known as Commander
I'm
Crumpet.
too lazy to do it myself," said Jeff.
Well, there's only one
These
thing.
are the rule books, so that's.
There's only one thing I can do right now, and that's.
You're not.
That's right, he
not
can
alone
only
there,
burst your eardrums.
I can burst your eardrums like no other motherfucker.
You're not
So-
alone there.
So, welcome to the Empire. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's okay, just read from the cue cards.
I don't have any cue cards. So,
God damn it, we're screwed!
all of you have been journeying throughout the old world, and throughout the Reich world in particular, for your own personal reasons. I could go into what reasons they are, but you know those reasons, don't you?
No,
I think so.
Well,
doing here?
the way I see it is,
Who
we
are you
have-
people?
who are you people is the good question. So, you have... You each have your particular characters. We have... Well, you want to introduce yourselves, first of all.
Very well. I shall go first. My name is Isolonel. I am a high elf scholar, and my journey in life is to find all the knowledge I can acquire. And the rest of
You
you can go through yourselves.
Fair enough.
Well, you're a thick.
Ah.
You really suck.
Well, who's next in the introductions?
Well, I think I might have to go give it a try because clearly this bughead doesn't seem to know what he's doing. I am Adeline Pendragon. I am human, of course, no different to him. And I am a wizard. No one seemed to like wizards as far as I'm concerned, but that doesn't pay no attention to me. And I just want to be left alone, you see. Just want to be off my life, wanting to make sure that no shit is coming towards my way, and that I am free from whatever troubles come to me. And whoever these guys are, I'm not entirely sure.
What's up?
Sup? Who are you?
Me. I'm Boreal Thyode. I'm just a traveling soldier, really. Well, I was part of my battalion, but I decided, take a little break, wander off, do my own thing. And let's just say I picked up a fine little taste of alcohol on the side. But don't worry, I'm controlled-ish. But I know when to put it down and to pick up my sword instead, so I'm trustworthy.
Very trustworthy, I admit. Actually, he isn't.
And finally,
Hello! I am Godric Nielsen. And ever since I killed the prince by giving him a map that was poorly created, I have lost my honor. So now I roam the land as a slayer, looking for a noble death so that I can regain my honor in the only way that I can. Dying.
so yes, each of you have your reasons for traveling. Godric is adventures by nature. He is trying to find anything worthy enough or strong enough that can end him in a way that Grimnir would love. Aesonel is seeking knowledge anywhere, everywhere. He needs knowledge.
I need knowledge.
Boreal,
Me.
to kind of give you reasons for why you're traveling. As a soldier, you gain extended periods of leave, which makes sense for you to be in one of those big periods of leave. And you have decided that you're going to go on a pub crawl! A pub crawl across the entire Reikland. Which I feel makes sense for your character.
I am surrounded by
fine.
idiots.
And Annalyn, how I see it is, by all means, you're trying to be taught in the ways of the magic, but the tutor that you've gotten is kind of hands-off, and kind of taught you the basics and then went, off you go.
Honestly, it was just ridiculous. I'd rather try and do it my own way. I prefer to be much better without him.
So he has promised you that he will return when it's time for you to receive more training, but you've not seen him in months. He's not been around.
Well, good riddance, I say.
Indeed. So,
I was trying to say something. I think I've become Luna. I think I've become Luna. Oh no!
So, upon traveling, each of you, at first traveling on your own, kind of fell in together, realizing that it's quite dangerous traveling the Reikland by yourselves. And so, slowly but surely, one became 2, became 3, became 4.
I was very happy for it to be 3, and then Pointy Ears insisted on following us.
So
I didn't join you. You just happened to be going the same way I was.
Clearly,
I was just walking that way and hoping to find a troll.
all of you 3 were just in my way, but I think I might be I think you guys might be useful for me until you die or something
I
like
just
that.
wanted to fucking drink.
Well, I supposed to be left alone, but I'm stuck with you lot.
And so, our group of arseholes and Godric proceeded to journey around the Reikland, just moseying along, Aesonel trying to find knowledge, Amelin just trying
Aesonel was just walking along with his head buried in a book.
So, one day, upon travelling down one of the roads, you found a man sitting by a tree, kind of sitting there, next to a cart. It was kind of weird. Upon you drawing closer, he called for your aid in the fact that he was a courier trying to get to Ubersreich.
Don't give a shit, mate.
And offered you a reward should you be able to get him there.
Okay, we can talk business now.
As he had suffered a bit of an accident, in that he had fallen off of his cart, and the cart had run over his leg.
You're not a witch hunter, are you now?
Did you ask him this when you met him?
Yes. You're not a witch hunter, are you? You look poor.
Straight away, as soon as you kind of mentioned this, like, what? What do you mean? I've broken my leg!
Yeah, well, that sounds like a you problem, doesn't
Well,
it?
that's perfect, isn't it? So that's why you won't have to chase any witches around, does
I'm
it?
I'm a courier! I work for the Borgen Merchant Guild. I'm trying to just get this consignment to Ubersreich.
Very well, then. I'll take it.
If you can please just get me on the way. If you can then just get me to Ubersreich, I swear the guild will recompense you, will look after you. You'll be looked after.
Do they have any trolls?
Yes!
Do they have any alcohol?
It's Ubersreich. Of course they have alcohol.
Fuck yeah!
You hear that, guys? They have trolls.
They have trouble, they have alcohol.
Well,
So,
clearly they've got nothing better to do. I might as well help you.
So, you gather his things, you gather him up and shove him on the back of the cart, and you travel to Ubersreich. You were fairly close to Ubersreich anyway, so it wasn't much of a journey. It's just that he couldn't control the wagon on his own. As you get to Ubersreich, though, you start noticing things that are a little bit odd. Many of you will notice it pretty much straight away, especially Boreal.
Mm-hmm.
In the fact that there are a lot of soldiers here. Not watchmen, soldiers.
It's got to be because of that troll. Oh, I'm excited.
Amlin is basically going to put her hood up
Yeah.
and just keep her hidden.
Fair enough.
I'm waving
Aisano
at
is
the
going to walk in
soldiers.
with his head held high. He has nothing to fear from these people.
Snotty.
Well, at first, you join the queue, because you're not
Queue?
getting in without
Why am I queuing with these peasants?
being checked. So, you join the queue, and straight away you're hearing gossip in the queue. You're hearing something about the Altdorf army, the army from the capital itself, coming and removing the rulers of Ubersreich, and there's the rumors of the Duke of Ubersreich retreating to his homelands, and all these very out there rumors.
Would I be able to make some sort of history roll, to see if I know anything about this, what's happening, or
Yeah, you can make a history roll.
history? I know nothing about this thing.
Yeah, you know who the rulers were. It was the von Jungfreud's,
It was the Von Traps.
and they've been the rulers for centuries.
Maybe I might be able to do history.
You can try history as well.
And I would like to try to gossip to get more information.
I can't remember where
Fuck it,
history
I'll do
is
history
now.
too.
Yep, history. Go for it.
Where's
my
my
history?
Yeah, I'm like.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Nothing but failures.
I only
Hello,
got more
tell me,
Reikland.
how is
that
your
what-
daughters?
Clang.
Wait, where is my history? I don't have it.
It's
It's-
under your main skills, under advanced skills.
Advanced skills.
I've got more Reikland, so that's right.
You could do Law Reikland.
I
More
can't.
Reikland.
Yes.
Oh well, this is gonna fail horrifically. One.
Woohoo!
I'll get.
Oh, that passed! Woo!
25. So I'm sure. Or Reikland. Yeah, that did. Yeah. Amelin and Boreal, you know that once again, you know that the ruling family of Ubersreich has been the von Jungfreuds. Once again, for centuries, for like about 200 years or so, their family has been in power. You know that it's rumored that, I mean, when you were back in Civilization, there were rumors about him amassing an army, but many people poo-pooed it because he wouldn't raise an army. No duke or anything is supposed to raise an army without the emperor's express permission. And also, you know that for the emperor himself to send soldiers to get rid of a duke or any sort of ruler has never happened before.
Well,
This is a very unlikely circumstance, but the more rumors you get, the more it's seeming like that's exactly what happened.
Well, this
And are they telling us the rest of us this as well?
Pardon?
Are they telling the rest of us this as well?
I do. I do in like, cause I do it in a very snortly way because just to outsmart Aisla. How do you pronounce it again? Asalani?
Aisla now.
Asanel. Assy.
So,
Just call him Pointy. He likes that name.
Yeah. Well, I like to. Well, I like to seem to use it in a different way than pointy.
No,
I
it's
don't know.
pointy like his ego.
It's all pointy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was something else.
He's
Well,
so
he seemed to have some pointy ears.
I'm surrounded by
What?
simpletons.
Well,
So-
look at you.
So, you eventually, after queuing up, you get all sorts of people coming up to you while you're in the queue trying to sell you fucking anything. You've got a guy trying to sell finger bones of a saint, even though he's got far too many bones for every single one of them to be a finger. You've got people swearing blindly that this is a piece of Sigmar himself's hair, which, yeah, they're all different colours. And you eventually get through the gates after a brief discussion between your charge, the courier, and the guards at the gate. He manages to convince them to let you through with minimal fuss, even though you're a bit of a weird group.
Oh, why would you say that?
Well, you got a human, you got 2 humans, an elf, and a dwarf. It's a very odd bunch.
One of him's a wizard, actually, as well.
But it's not obvious you're a wizard just from looking at you.
She's not Harry Potter.
She doesn't have a lightning bolt scar or anything.
No, but she has a blue hair streak. She's got blue hair.
Yeah, which admittedly they do give you a bit of a side glance at that, in the fact that it's a bit of a weird thing for anyone to have, but they don't. You got quite a lot of the soldiers guarding the gate don't really care.
Oh, we're not hip with the kids anymore.
So you get let in. As this is not the main part of the entire thing, I'm just going to kind of fast forward through this a little bit. You get to the to where the courier is trying to get to. He's trading post in the markets in the merchant quarter. The representative that greets you is immediately very worried about the courier. He tells the story of how you saved his life. He kind of bigs you up a lot more than you really needed to be.
I love this story.
It was nothing. It was.
And
nothing.
In return, the representative, the head of this particular branch of this courier company, says, we'll let you. We can't afford. Unfortunately, we don't really have much money on site at the moment. But how about we put you up for 2 weeks in an inn in Ubersreich?
Will it take that long to find a troll?
Troll?
I was told that there would be a troll to find.
The courier that you saved, the one with the broken leg, kind of just nods at him, just like, oh yes, the trolls! You'll easily find a troll in that time.
Is food and alcohol inclusive?
I just want to take a nap.
The head of the guy who's giving you this offer of the inn stay kind of goes, well, and you can go, come on. He says, all right, sir, and then agrees, within an extent, food and alcohol at the inn will be paid for.
Ah, good man.
And obviously, if you wish to partake in any other things, I mean, you can. This is Ubersreich. Even though there's a bit of trouble at the moment, you can still find work here if you need it.
Well, this is a bit difficult.
Do you have a library?
Oh, I'll take it. If it's got alcohol included, sure.
Do you have a library here?
Well, there's the Temple of Verena.
Does it have lots of books?
They've got the annex. It's she's the goddess of knowledge. Of course, they have a library.
Okay, I'll go and investigate this library, see if there's anything new there.
Okay.
I think I might go. Don't. She said it in a very low whisper. Don't suppose you know anything about magic around here, do you?
Magic?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're looking at anything magical, there's the Wizard's Way.
Oh, okay.
Although you might want to be careful if you're the wizard who's near there apparently sometimes likes to play with people.
Oh, that's just nasty. But
Play how?
in a really bad way. In a really, really bad way, Godric.
But either way, it's it's the best place if you're looking. I mean, as soon as the wizard moved in, every single store that you may need, but it came in there.
Right.
The thing is, I'm not here to look for like education. I'm here to look for more magic. But,
For what?
I'm not here to look for any more education. The last tutor of mine decided to move away, but he hasn't come back.
Okay. He's with everything you're saying. He's a trader. He doesn't know anything of what you're talking about. but either way, he kind of describes the rough direction of the wizard's way, and kind of gives you rough directions to the inn that you're going to be staying in, which is the Forgotten Horse.
The forgotten horse? Oh, poor horse.
But if it's forgotten, how is it on the sign?
He kind of tilts his head, but then kind of like opens his eyes and shrugs. Who knows?
The dwarf actually said something sensible.
But either way, you each go. He then takes his courier inside and shortly after he goes inside, a young boy is sent running out and just goes running in the direction of the inn that he told you about, probably going to tell them that expect a couple of guests.
Okay.
Man, the barriers.
I am going to
close
go in the
my
direction of the wizard.
Going in the direction of the wizard?
Yeah, I reckon he seems smart enough to know where the trolls are.
Fair enough.
Seriously, following me?
I'm going to visit the temple and the library in the temple.
Fair enough. I'm going to change what map you're on.
Fair enough.
Which should work. I hope it works.
I believe it will work.
I see a map.
It'll be beneficial if it works. There we go.
So,
I
this
believe.
is a map of Ubersreich.
Ooh.
It's a rather impressive town, to be perfectly honest. It's got a history, and and over the years it's had a lot of help from the nearby dwarven holds. So it's a lot of very strong stone walls and stone buildings. There's a few timber ones in there as well, but most of it is a lot of stone, and they're very proud of their stone.
Yes, we are.
Aislinn just walks past and starts sniffing in contempt at the stone. He prefers wooded realms.
How dare they use
Right, high crystal spires.
So if we go for where are we? Sorry, I have a book.
Give me that book.
I have a book that tells.
Give me that book.
Give me the book. Give me that book. So if we go for, trying to find. So if we go for Aislinn first.
Hello, yes.
So you have headed toward the Marketplatz, which is Ha.
Mm-hmm.
And
Does this Marketplatz also look like it's been made by grit suckers?
probably. But yeah, it's quite easy to find the. It's easy to find the Marketplatz. A little harder to find the temple because it's quite unassuming. It's quite modest for a temple. But you see a lot of scholarly-looking people milling around this building and kind of produce quite quickly. And so, as you enter, it's a single-story temple, and very quickly, one of the priests just immediately comes up to you and says, "How can I help you, sir?"
I've heard you have a library here. I wish to peruse it.
Well, of course we have the annex, being the Temple of Verena. We must keep knowledge alive, of course.
Of course, I'm glad to hear it.
Well, you may peruse at your leisure. Obviously, if there is something untoward you're looking for, we do have a locked section for more profane works. However, the head priest must approve of such things.
Well, let's start with the public section first. I'm just really on the lookout for new knowledge, for things I haven't known before.
Fair enough. That is absolutely fine. You will find a great wealth of knowledge within.
Very well.
So you head inside, and it's a broad, well-lit room full of shelves of books of varying kinds. There's somewhat of a what's the word? Kind of, I can't think of the word. It's they've made it so it's like it's kind of labeled where things are on the shelves.
Ooh,
It's like
yeah.
cookery, fiction,
It's
non-fiction.
It's categorized.
Yeah, categorized. That's the word. So yeah, it's anything you may wish to try and find, you'll probably be able to find.
So, yeah, I look in the history. I start perusing the history section.
Sure, you find a great wealth of history.
Admittedly, I just start walking down the aisles and going, I've read that one, read that one,
read it.
That guy was wrong. That guy's not too bad.
Admittedly, a fair amount of the books in the history section, a lot of it is stuff on Ubersreich itself.
Oh.
But there are a few bits about, more the history of the Empire and all that kind of jazz. But
I'll just sit here for a couple of hours, just like perusing, trying to find anything I didn't already know.
So, yeah, you can make what would be an appropriate thing? A law history.
History.
So give it a roll.
I have closed my character sheet. That was a fun thing to do.
Why would you do such a horrible thing?
Possessed.
Law history.
Is it going to roll?
It is going to roll. It's asking me for the modifier.
I
succeed.
You do manage to find a few bits that you weren't aware of. A few little nuggets of information that
very interesting.
You find out about of quite a lot about the most recent rebuilding of Ubersreich, because this being a town near the Grey Mountains, it's been raised and rebuilt and raised and rebuilt and raised and rebuilt. But you find out quite a bit about the most recent one, where Magnus the Pious, at the emperor at the time, made a lot of deals with the dwarves and ensured them that this would be the last time they'd ever have to help rebuild Ubersreich.
And Aeslau just like mutters under his breath when he hears that, when he reads that. Typical.
Stupid dwarves. But yeah, you find out quite a bit about that. You find out about how they managed to reclaim the cities from the Greenskins during one great war, and a few other little bits and bobs. It's you find some things you didn't know. So, and you do that for the next few hours. That's what you do.
Of course, that's fine. Yep.
So, as for the where are you? So yeah.
I'm in your head.
Where did Boreal go? Well, Boreal just went to the tavern, did he? Hello?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I heard in your head, and that was literally the last thing I've heard.
So I'll come to you last, because that's where everyone's going to eventually go anyway.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, our resident wizard and our slayer friend went to the Wizard's Way.
She's like trying to Amelin's basically like trying to stay more further away from Godric, just to try and.
Godric's just charging ahead.
I'm not associated with him.
I am not associated with him. No.
So what are you looking for on the Wizard's Way?
I'm kind of figuring out spells that she can use, that if she were to make her own place, she'd find spells like wards or something to protect her own home if she were to make one.
You can attempt something like that. There's a few bookshops and things like that that are, from what you're seeing as you're going past and the books on display out front, there's a few of them that do seem to be grimoires, like books from wizards, which is a little odd for them to have these, because normally wizards keep a close hold of their grimoires.
I don't. She does have a grimoire, as far as I'm seeing on my.
You do indeed have one, but you, as a wizard, you can anything that isn't in your grimoire, you can copy into it.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
You won't necessarily learn it right away, but you can at least make a copy if you can get hold of it. So either way. So if you want to look for a particular, if you're looking for like a particular spell or something like any sort of warding spells or anything like that, you can try to seek it out. What would be a good check for trying to find what you are after? Hold on. There are full fucking rules for all this kind of shit.
I've made it complicated for you, haven't I?
No, you haven't made it complicated. I just need to try and find a particular thing. Crafting, no. Grass, silver.
As we are playing the game, I actually draw an owl in my sketchbook.
Cool.
Very nice.
Well, comparing to the picture I'm using so far, she's sassier than the picture I've got for her.
Let's have I need to have a quick look at your sheets to make sure of what would be the probable thing to try and find. Let's just do a perception check.
I shall do that. Where is my perception? I see.
Down near the bottom of the basic ones.
I got nothing. No modifier on that.
No modifier for it, no. That is a fail and a half. So you go looking. However, also the fact that you're trying to stay away from Godric as much as possible, you're kind of paying attention to him at the same time and trying to stop him from like accidentally insulting people or asking too many people about trolls. But so you don't manage. You find a great many grimoires, and the people that you inquire with in the shops say that they may be able to get hold of what you're after, but it may take some time. So you don't manage to find anything as of yet, but you might be able to find some there another time.
What a big bother. Did I just draw a big spider? No, that was not.
Oh, bother.
Oh, boy.
Godric, what were you doing down Wizard's Way?
I am looking for the smart wizards who know where the trolls are.
Are you telling me that I'm not smart?
I'm looking for the smart ones who know where the trolls are, and apparently you've been with me, so I don't... Do you know where trolls are?
Well, they're definitely not in this place, I assure you.
Well, no, but they have a troll problem here, and they should know where they are to protect the
city.
The general situation. So, I would like to try and solve the troll problem, but I need to require corrections.
Corrections.
Corrections? You mean directions?
Oh.
Are they the ones which get you places?
Yes, it is.
Then yes, that's what I mean.
So for you, let's go for a lore trolls test.
Yay! Lore trolls. No modifier.
Yeah. So you ask around. You pretty much you've determined that smart wizards look smart. So practically anyone in glasses, you ask, and anyone who's got their hair slicked back or their hair parted in center parting, anything that you think looks smart, you are asking them.
That one must be in charge. He's got glasses and slick back hair.
I am not letting you go anywhere near this.
As much as you ask, most of them can't give you any information than what you already know about trolls. They're big, they're scary, they eat practically anything. They can be found in various different places. There's no, like, direct habitat for them. But you don't find out anything that you don't already know.
Okay.
So, anything else you wish to do on the Wizard's Way?
Well, I can't do magic. I don't trust it. It's not honourable. It's not what I do.
It's more than you just don't trust it. As a dwarf, you can't do it.
That's because we never try, because it's not honourable to use magic stuff.
It's literally, biologically, you can't do magic.
That's because we never tried.
But if you're not interested in magic, and you wish to do nothing further on the Wizard's Way, then we move on to the Forgotten Horse, where a lonely man. I'm just going to quickly shove you there.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to move you there.
Thank you. Oh, shit. Ooh, that's a lot of pictures.
That is a lot of pictures. So, you enter...
Wait a second. I just scrolled all the way to the right. Yeah, I was about to say, you little sneak.
What?
I gotta see this. What?
Oh, God. Sean!
What?
Nothing. Oh, look at my avatar. He looks adorable. Okay.
So, you enter the tavern. It's a relatively alright tavern. Unfortunately, it's evidently not the best one. But, judging from the interior, it's got, it's got a very reasonable clientele. There's a lot of people around. A lot of dwarves. This particular tavern is very close to the dwarven quarter of town. So evidently a few of the dwarves from there have kind of overspilled into this tavern. But it seems very... As soon as you walk in, a few people will turn their heads and look at you, but as soon as they see what you look like, they just immediately turn back to their conversations. And proceed to... And you can do what you will. There is a big old free table, and there is space at the bar.
I would move, but I can't move the token.
I need to make sure of who can control the token. That one. You can control the token. Save the changes. Can you now control the token?
I can. All right, I'm gonna go straight to the bar. Yeet. I'll have to go here. Hey!
With your very polite way of asking for things, the barmaid quickly nips behind the bar.
I was gonna say.
Nips behind the bar and says, "Hello, love. How can I help you?"
Love. Oh, that's so sweet. I wanted to know what the finest drink you have here is.
Finest?
Yeah.
Well, kind of like looks at the barrels quickly. We have the Jungfreud Select. That's probably the best one we've got in the house.
Would I know if this is like good or not?
Judging from the name, it's probably a locally brewed ale. So you don't quite know what it would be like. You can inquire further into it if you want to.
No, I like it. I like it to be a surprise. I'm willing to give it a try.
Okay, that's fine. That will be a shilling.
Oh, fuck you. I don't want to pay anything.
Well, you can explain that you were from the I can't remember what the fucking trading company was. Fuck.
Doing your best.
Let's go Greven. I probably said a completely different name, but Greven Trading Company. You can explain that you're with them.
Yeah, I explain that.
Okay. I don't really know about that. Goran! She like turns to the guy. What is that? This guy says he's with the Greven. Look. Oh, yeah. The little boy came in a little while ago. Just take care of him. So she turns back. Well, orders is orders, and quickly nips there. Quickly pours you a cup, and brings it back to you, and pops it on the bar.
Much appreciated, darling.
You're welcome.
Then I go to this table and wait for everybody else to show up.
Are you going to start drinking?
Oh, fuck yeah, I'm going to start drinking.
Then make a consume alcohol test.
Right, my consumer alcohol is 41.
I am going to impose. Actually, no. There's going to be a straight one. It's not the strongest. You still fail. So with that, where is Boreal? I need to keep you open, so I'm going to make you a new whole window.
Oh, you're going to make it open, are you?
I'm going to open. Yes, I am.
Open me, please, DM.
So, because you have failed, that is a minus to. God damn it! Sorry, this is all very fiddly. So minus. So that makes a minus 10 to your weapon skill.
Oh, fuck you.
A minus 10 to your ballistic skill.
Uh-huh.
A minus 10 to your agility. Minus 10 to your dexterity.
I might as well just quit now.
I sure hope we don't get into a fight soon.
It's not a permanent thing.
No, I see how it is. I'm leaving. I'm walking out the tavern.
And a minus 10 to your intelligence.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Why are you walking out the tavern? You're going to be sleeping there.
So you drink, and it's not the strongest alcohol you've ever tasted, but it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. So hang on, make sure to put your toughness bonus. What's the toughness? Yeah, that's fine. So you failed one consume alcohol test.
Oh, that's fine.
But yeah, it's not the strongest, but it may be that you've not eaten or something like that. It could be that's no, but it's just affecting you a little more than you thought it would.
Oh, that's fine as long as it's tasty.
But yeah, so you drink and you just wait for the others.
Apparently, I've gone into cyborg mode now.
Orion's messed up twin brother.
So who would be the next person to who would probably get back next?
How long has it been since we left?
So with you. Obviously, you said you're going to be in the library a good few hours. How long would Godric and Amelin stay at Wizard's Way after they couldn't find what they were looking for?
Well, I don't know about you. I don't know how long you were looking, but at the moment the smart man in the glasses and the slick back hair said he didn't know, I got disappointed and came straight back.
I kind of stayed about half an hour after he left. And then
So Godric probably would have arrived next.
Yep.
So I'm going to need to edit. That's the one I'm after. Controlled by Godric. Save changes. You can be controlled.
Yay!
So as soon as you walk in, all the dwarves kind of fall silent and kind of give you a kind of wary look, but then eventually go back to their drinking, kind of whispering and muttering amongst themselves.
Yep.
Hey, Midget! Come over here, you've got to fucking try this.
Should I get a drink first then, or?
Oh, well, you better get this, Bram, because trust me, it is very good.
Okay. I will go to the bar. Hello.
Hi, short stack. What can I get you?
I am after your strongest beers.
Strongest?
Yes, we need to have strong so that when we come to fight the trolls which are parading this town, we will have the courage to see them down and die with great honor.
So, I noticed you talking to the man over there. Do you want what he had?
Was it the strongest you have here?
No.
Then we will have two of the strongest that you have here.
Two? Okay.
Yeah, one for me, one for him.
Are you with his merchant thing? I'm assuming.
Oh, the man that we gloriously saved from death and terror and near impossible odds.
Just
Yes.
just a yes or no will do.
But don't you want to know the story?
I'm
very good at telling stories.
any other time I'd love to, but there's things I need to get everything done.
Very well, I'll come back. Anyway, yes, I am with him, and we are with the merchies.
Okay, and you want the strongest we've got?
Yes, two of the strongest that you got.
Still the strong. Okay, kind of goes to like the lower barrel over here, which the barrel looks like the metal bands around it look rusty, and the wood looks gnarled and dirty, and kind of pours out this. As a dwarf, you know ale. Ale shouldn't be as thick as this.
Ah, good stuff.
Okay, and she brings back 2 mugs of it, and says,
Good shit. That's some good shit.
there you go, good luck.
Thank you. And the same to you. So
So,
nice round here. I'll come to the table, slam that one down in front. There! Now cheers. Cheers to whatever we're doing here.
so, I need you to make consume alcohol tests at -20.
Okie dokie. Consume alcohol -20. Success!
You managed to succeed! And Boreal, I also need you to make one at a -20.
Should I do 1d100 minus 20?
Just do a D100, but we'll minus off what your modifier will be. Not your modifier.
I
Never
think you
mind.
succeeded.
What was the number? I didn't know. Yeah, you. Despite this stuff, you can both taste. This stuff is basically pure alcohol. You still manage to muscle it down. It may be that technically, because it's so thick, it's maybe kind of tricking your body into thinking you've got some sort of food in your stomach.
He's still under from the other one.
And with Boreal, it may just be like Jeff just said, you just haven't noticed. You're still
Find out in the morning.
you're still reeling a bit from the other one, but you manage it quite well.
Ooh, that burns the throat, mate.
Ah, now that's a sign of a good drink.
Yeah.
So, did you find out anything about the trolls?
Fuck all, mate.
I thought as much. I mean, I must admit, I didn't know there were going to be so many dwarves around here.
To be honest, mate, I'm not into, like, hunting people just because I want to. I more do it when I'm contractually obliged to. At the minute, I'm supposed to be on break, but if free alcohol's the reward, then I will fucking take it.
Fair. To be honest, I understand that. I used to have the same idea when it came down to doing the maps. It was a mistake, but I had the same idea.
Well. That just sounds complicated. I hate geography.
Well, to be honest, I can't remember much of it anymore.
And why is that?
They put me on the front line after the prince died because he fell into a canyon which wasn't meant to be there.
Right.
So they blamed me and they put me on the front line so I would be up for an honourable death. But I didn't die. I demanded that I carry on living. I didn't demand it, but my body just did it. So I'm sort of outcast until I die.
Oh, that is so shit.
It's okay. You meet a lot of interesting people this way. You kill a lot of them as well, but you meet a lot of interesting people this way.
No, I get what you mean. I find it better to be away from home as well. I'm not outcast or anything. I just fucking hate it.
Oh yeah, why is that?
Because my dad is an absolute prick.
Oh, okay. I didn't think they had that.
Yeah, it's like when you're in the battlefield, it's the whole thing. Keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer thing. No, my dad doesn't keep anyone fucking close. He pretty much hates everyone, hates his own kids. So it was just better to get out of there.
I think I understand. I can get that. We all like to have our space sometimes and do what we do best.
Yeah.
So who's next coming in? Sorry to interrupt.
I'm happy to be last if you want to go in next, Amelin.
I'll go in.
Amelin, and change the fucking controls to allow you to be controlled by Amelin.
Hey, it's you.
Hey, Lan.
Mulan? I thought the name was
Mulan.
something different.
Well, funny enough, she is some kind of picked to be Asian looking naturally.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So, yeah, you arrive after your unfortunate foray into the Wizard's Way, but you see your compatriots sat at a table.
Yeah, come join us, Milan.
Roderick looking pretty fine, and Boyle slightly swaying.
She ignores them. She's like, I'm not in those right now. And
We're over here.
And she's just gonna hang out here and not say as much.
So
you must be getting the drinks in.
So once again, the barmaid kind of. Can I get you anything?
Do you have any wine of sorts?
Wine? We should have some out back. Anything particular after? Anything?
No, just really need a drink. Any would do, to be honest.
Okay.
To avoid two of my local acquaintances over there, and she points to the dwarf and the human.
Oh, so you're part of the that group as well?
Unfortunately, so.
Well, that's right. It's been quite easy for me. I not have to do any math to try and give you any change. So goes to she kind of pops out the back room and comes back with a bottle of red wine. And so do you want just the glass, or do you want the entire thing?
I'll just have the glass and the bottle. Is that all right with you?
Oh, of course. She pulls out it's not a wine glass. It's kind of more like a tumbler. But
it's perfect. Thank you very much.
But puts that down, uncorks the bottle for you, and puts it down.
Thank you so much.
And it's a bottle. It's rather simple, but it may well be this is like the only wine they have. But it's a pretty standard wine. I think it's called like the Reikland Reserve, and kind of widely known.
Okay. I'm gonna have to do a consume alcohol.
You are. It's not going to have any. You're not going to have any negatives. It's going to be.
She's just taking a sip, but anything can go.
It's you're still eventually going to drink that glass. So
Got no modifier.
no alcohol, no modifier. It's a lot stronger than you remember.
36. I mean, like it's 10 off.
So, it's still not you're not like fucked, but you're still feeling the effect of it. Which what out of curiosity, what's your toughness bonus?
My toughest bonus is. I don't.
2. Nice to know. Okay.
I'm generally concerned.
No need to be concerned. It's fine. However, you do get now a minus 10. Minus 10. I've forgotten all the rules. Consume alcohol is agility, dex, and intelligence. So, minus 10, minus 10, minus 10. So, yeah, it's affecting you a little bit, but it's not affecting you. It's not making you full on pissed, but it's affected you a lot more than you thought it would.
Ah.
So, yeah, you can sit at the bar, or you can go and join your friends, or, well, acquaintances.
Hey.
Just in case, might as well do it. Just in case I'm in trouble.
So,
She's gonna go right here.
as far as you as possible.
But where's our drinks?
I got it for myself. I'd rather not deal with anything with you. And it seems like you're already drunk as it is.
Oh, what? No, we're fine. No, this
I
is
have
tame
no
for
idea.
me.
Highly
what you're
unlikely you are fine.
Lady, this is tame for me.
Hey, you're slurring more than we are. Well, I am. Are you slurring?
I think she's just talking slowly.
Oh, is that just how they do it?
I guess that's just how magic people do things.
Just how the magic folk work, man.
I'm just gonna get a book out. I'm just gonna get a book and just start reading it, or just put some into that talks about my grimoire, stuff with.
He just starts reading, ignoring these two.
I am not associated with them. I swear. I assure
Is
you.
that about trolls?
No.
No. Okay.
So,
Okay.
after a little while, then, finally, after reading for what seems like days, Asenel appears.
Look at that dick. The moment I see him come in, I just stand up on the table and I'm just like, everyone, I've come to make an announcement. Ace Liddell's a bitch-ass motherfucker. He pissed in my fucking drink.
Oh,
Everyone goes to turn towards the elf, but then immediately whips around, almost everyone getting whiplash.
I'm
this-
pointing back at him.
At this random-ass human who's jumped on the table and started screaming about someone pissing in things.
Asenel just like sniffs, holds his chin up, and he's going to make his way over to the bar.
I just laugh and jump back down.
Everyone continues staring at Bora for a while, which is weird because everyone reasonably would look at the elf, but they're just staring at you now.
I don't even care. I'm still drinking.
I'm at
Oh,
the
you're
bar.
lucky, dude. Get us a special one.
So the barmaid comes from serving one of the other patrons at the bar and just, oh, hello, how can I help you, sir?
Do you have a privy here somewhere to wash up?
Privy? We got one outside.
I see. Okay. How would I get to that?
It's out the door, out the front door, go right, and then as you come to the edge of the building, right again, and it's down there.
And he does that. He leaves for I'm not going to move the counter. He leaves for a few minutes, And he comes back in again, and it looks like he's put makeup on his face to try and bring out the contours on his face. You can see what he's trying to do, but he's put too much on, so it looks like his face is just like covered with like big pink blotches now.
Let's see if there's any sort of test I can make you do to do that. I don't think there is, but no, I don't think there's any sort of test I can do. You've tried to pretty yourself up, but it's not.
It hasn't worked. And this time I come in and over to the GM for what happens.
Everyone kind of saw you leave, but didn't really think anything. Then it's like this dwarf kind of gives a glance to the door and goes, Jesus! Not Jesus, Jesus, beard! And then everyone's just like, all the rest of the dwarves kind of look at it, shut the fuck up!
And he's going to slowly make his way, because there's not much option, over to his
Oh god, Boreal would just like look at you and just. He's trying to hold his composure, but you could instantly tell he's trying so hard not to laugh at you.
Amelin's just gonna look up and say, "What on earth do you have on your face? It's twice as more ugly than your ugly face as it is."
Godfrey is going to nudge Boreal.
You just made yourself even more vibrant.
Do elves usually shed their skin like that?
I know elves are very extra, but this
he's gonna say, I know I was told this stuff was good. Reikland Flesh Shade, I was told it was the best. I tried Caribou Crimson and Fuegan Orange, but I couldn't get them to work properly. Maybe my brush was too fat, maybe it wasn't thin enough.
Oh god.
This stuff isn't gonna come off for another day.
Yeah.
Which also is my experience with painting these things half the time.
So, is this natural?
Yes, yes, simpleton. All elves look like this. Of course.
Oh god. Boreal just tries to take a swig and instantly chokes on it.
I said, Amelin says, like, I can do way better than what you've just done. I mean, I can even make you look like, I don't know, a troll.
I didn't listen to anything but troll. Where's the troll? I'm already getting up and grabbing my scythe.
Alban like points to your guy, Aislinn, wherever his name is.
Aislinn.
Aislinn is just like pointing him, so clearly at the moment it's him.
You're a troll. You were in disguise.
No, simpleton.
Oh, this is a well and good time. Yes. We shall go outside and battle forth, for we are destined to take out each other.
Dwarf, sit.
Do you need any more refills?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
and
I will take another before I go and
holds up one finger.
His middle finger.
No, just indicate that he wants something as well.
What can I get you, sir?
Do you have any elven wine?
Elven, no.
They don't have much in this place. This place is a complete cheap.
Oh, sorry, you two upper class for common ale.
I mean, we've got.
Oh, you missed the good stuff earlier.
We do have a nicer bottle.
I'll take it.
No, cancel that. We will get 4 of what you gave us last time. That's the good stuff. I promise you that. Yeah, and we will have a nice drink before we go out and battle to the death troll.
Oh, okay. So you all want the Baron's Select?
Yes.
Fuck it, why not?
I don't know what that is, but
okay. He just kind of like runs off, kind of whispers to the barman as you kind of see the exchange of, like, she kind of whispers to him and he kind of goes, "What?" And then
It's very good. I think it's rather well aged.
kind of looks over to you guys. She just goes, right.
I'm waving back. Hello.
She grabs a tray from under the bar and gets 4 mugs and fills them up. And I'm just gonna fucking jump over the fucking bar.
He's that eager.
And she kind of like puts down 4 mugs of this thick. It smells like ale, but it's too thick to be ale.
Ace will put his hand up. Excuse me, do you have a knife or a spoon? Do you have to eat this thing with a fork or something?
You just chug it down.
Okay.
I'm not going to chug that.
And Ace will just
But
drink
it's
it.
a delicacy.
He'll just drink it back.
You'll drink it back, then make a consumed alcohol test at
I'll drink
minus 20.
Go drink it. Go drink it. Go fuck up.
That is a fumbling failure. So
There's actually a thing called fumbling failure. This is
Wow.
amazing.
So, because of that, as it's such a catastrophic failure, I'm going to count that as 2 fails. So, you drink this down. Every fiber of your honed elven mind is telling you you should not be drinking this.
Gotta push past that bit.
But drink it you do, and it burns as it goes down, and you are feeling it.
Oh, he just moans in pain.
Oh, the poor lad can't hold it.
Oh. Don't worry, the alcohol will numb that
I'm
soon.
dreading looking at my character sheet now. There's going to be like everything's going to be like minusing down to 0 or something.
No, minus 20 for everything though.
Wow.
Well, not everything, but everything that alcohol affects, like your intelligence, your agility, your dexterity, your ability to swing weapons. So
he looks up and goes, "That's not fair. There's 4 of you now. Why are there 4 of you now?"
she kind of smiles, and then dashes behind the bar. So
Okay, well, you done yours, I'll done mine.
consume alcohol at minus 20.
I'll do mine as well.
And consume alcohol at minus 20.
That's
Yay!
So you once
Well,
again.
you couldn't drink, I drank.
I mean, once with Godric, you've had worse. It's really, you're not seeing why everyone's like thinking so much of this stuff. It's not right. It's good, but it's not that great. And as
At least
for
has a nice flavour.
Oriel, I believe you're okay. Are
I'm
you?
fine, yeah.
Minus 20. So you'll be no, you're not.
What do you know I'm not?
The minus 20 makes your consume alcohol 21, not 41.
Whoops.
So, yeah, this time you feel that alcohol, and whew, look, it's starting to sway a bit in here.
Question, what time is it, like, in-game time?
By now, it's reaching probably like the 9 p.m.
Oh, fuck my life. This is good stuff,
question
but
about-
it's
question-
shit stuff.
Technical question, GM: is fumbling failure in the 90 percentile and the critical success in the
Fumbling
0%?
failures is from 95 upwards,
Wow. And critical is 5 downwards.
and critical is 5 and downward. Yeah, so you have 5% chance of critically, like of 6. The thing that you rolled was something that even if you manage to get your particular skill up to 90 something, it doesn't matter. You're going to fail if you roll that.
Yeah, rolled a natural 20.
So yeah, you are fucked.
I love it.
So you are a minus 20 now.
Oh,
Minus
fuck.
20. Minus 20.
I can hear colors.
So, Annalyn, are you going to try this? Or are you just going to take some of your...
So have you changed my
I'm
stats
just
to minus
going
20?
to watch in.
I've given you all... Anyone who's failed, you've gotten modifiers of minus 20.
Okay, that's fair.
Cool.
Every time you fail, you get an extra minus 10.
Cool. Can I have yours, Milan?
I'm not called Milan. What on earth is Milan?
Oh fuck, I don't know, but I'll be very, very nice to you from now on if I can have yours, please.
Just stay away from me.
I will
We're
stay
really
away
getting
from
on
you if
well.
I can have yours.
She just throws. She just kind of shoves the bottle of wine in your hands, and she just gets up and leaves to go to wherever. She goes up to the actual to the bar and say, do you have any rooms that the guild has required us?
Yay, team bonding.
I want to quickly interject though. Before you go up to the bar, so I'm gonna put you. No, I grabbed too many things. No. Before you go up to the bar,
Yep.
someone approaches your little group. It's a gentleman over here who's been kind of watching you all, kind of heads on
The
over.
gentleman with the odd one out character design.
Yeah, and the brown token.
And a dog.
And a dog.
Dork.
So he kind of like, excuse me, I couldn't help noticing you're not from, you seem to be new here.
No, what the fuck gave that away, mate?
The changing in different clothing, the fact you've got an elf with you, and you've got a very particular dwarf.
I wouldn't say the elf is with us. He just kind of follows us and won't leave us alone, you know?
Just like you.
Fuck right off, I'm leading this batch, lady.
Well, I had a... You all seem to be an interesting lot. I'm just wondering if you are looking for some sort of employment while you're here.
That would depend.
Yeah, that
Well, you see, I've got an issue that other people aren't really willing to help me with.
Trolls.
I don't know. That's the problem. I don't think it's trolls. I've already seen many of them in the sewers.
Oh, Christ.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should introduce myself. My name is Reikland Rattenfanger. He kind of holds his hand out to you.
I grab it and start shaking vigorously. It's a pleasure.
Yes. Yes. I am one of the Rat Catchers Guild.
Alright, I'll call you Ratty then.
I actually have a next door neighbor called Ratty in real life.
Well, the name's Rattenfanger.
Ratty.
Ratty, yeah, right, will do.
No, it's easier to remember, and that, trust me, is very important for me.
Okay, if you want to call me that, that's fine.
Look, either way, I'm not going to remember it tomorrow morning, mate. Now, what the fuck do you want?
Well, I have an issue. You see, it's been a little while since these old doffers came round and ousted the Duke and all that. And since then, the sewers haven't been patrolled as much. Well, yes, it's all sorts of things can happen in there. So the Duke would often send a battalion of the Watch through to clear out any ruffians or smugglers or any monsters that might have gone in there.
I'm assuming these are associated with yours.
Pardon?
I'm assuming these are associated with yours.
Well, they're associated with the Duke.
No, I meant like ruffians and all that. Your kind, of course. Is that what you're saying?
How dare you, madam? I am a sewer jack.
And Asno is just going to claw him and say, Keep the noise down. Some of us are trying to sleep.
Sorry. Sir?
He's got pointy.
He's a troll.
Pointy.
Yeah.
You seem to like your names with Y's on the end.
I don't know about that. I'm Godric.
Charmed. Either way, so the Aldorfers have come in. They've not patrolled the sewers very much. They've started doing something on the southern sewers, but not really the northern ones. And as part of the Rat Catchers Guild, I have been tasked with trying to clear out some of the rats in the northern sewers. However, I've found some things down there.
What
That I
kind of thing? It's associated with
Well,
maybe?
I mean, it's like... first of all, the noises are all wrong. It's... Normally you hear the scuttling of little feet of the rats, and Archie here loves that. He kind of, indicates his dog.
Of course.
It's the standard sounds of the sewers. But recently I started hearing kind of scraping and kind of a louder chittering than you'd normally hear with rats. And, yeah. And then I started seeing the markings. They were like arrows and look like numbers. I'm not really good with numbers and stuff. But they look like them. From what I've seen of numbers, they look like them.
In my fog-induced stupor, might I have read something about this?
You could make a history check.
History check or a research check? Well, it doesn't really make that much difference.
I'll
go for history.
Probably history. Research is more if you're looking for specific things in a book.
Any modifier, or is it just whatever I've got from me?
Let's go. It's a standard 0 modifier.
Okay, and it's no.
Critical. It's a failure.
Can I check
with your success? Well, with your success earlier in researching the history of Ubersreich, you did hear about a band of dwarves and humans who used the sewers to get under the walls when the Greenskins took over the city for a while. But but they wouldn't have used any markings. They were trying to be stealthy. So that's the only thing you kind of know of this kind of stuff. But he continues, and also I've been seeing they've also had these symbols as well, like a gate. It's like a triangle thing. But yeah, so I don't know what's going on down there, but I'd like to try and investigate. But I can't do it without some help. So I'm looking for some entrepreneurial people to come down with me and have a look.
Oh.
I hope you find them then.
Can I make a law check on trolls?
You can make a law check on trolls.
To see whether this sounds like trolls to me.
And bad brush. Not brush him and
Well, that's a success, but even...
Hold on, just quickly.
Oh no.
There is success. Most trolls that you know of don't use any sort of writing. And while by all means it's possible for one to get into the sewers, it's very odd for them to do any sort of markings. I mean, sometimes if they get into an area for long enough, like a cave or something like that, they may kind of draw very basic paintings of things just to pass their time, but for the most part they're trying to find stuff to eat.
By this point, Asenel is just drooling on the table.
I turn back to the others and say, it sounds like a very smart troll to me.
Trolls aren't fucking smart, mate.
And that's what makes this one special.
Ugh.
So,
The day I see a smart troll is the day I see a pig fly, mate. Let me tell
But
you.
it'd be worthy battle.
I mean, if it is a troll, I mean, you guys could easily handle that, right? I mean, at least, you two kind of points to Godric and Boreal. Like, you two look like you can handle yourselves.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You know it.
And of course, I'm willing to pay. I can pay you.
Like what?
I've been saving for all my career, and I have a little nest egg put away, which I think anyone would be willing to help me with.
Well, whatever
Alright.
you happen to be able to pay, I will accept. Because it is honourable, because you are trying, and...
Well, I'm willing to offer you 1 mark. He kind of
Okay, I might have spoken a little too
puts his
soon.
hand over his mouth in kind of like a way.
What does that mean?
A mark is 1 gold piece,
Oh.
which to clarify in this world, 1 gold is more than most of you will.
Could you say that again? Sorry, you cut out.
1 gold is more money than most of you times.
You cut out again.
It means it's very valuable.
Okay.
Out of all of you, only Amelin is likely to ever earn a gold piece.
Fair enough.
And she's like,
well,
yes,
so
I'll take. She's literally like,
Well, if that's all you can offer, then we will accept.
I will frame it.
I will go.
I mean, I specifically went to the bank and everything. I had it all in silver pieces, changed it all up into gold.
Oh, I love it. Wait, is this a gold each or a gold
A
between?
gold piece each.
Oh, okay. Then.
Ooh.
Yes, definitely.
Very nice.
Well then, that's fine. Fantastic. I told you, Archie, I told you we'd find it. Starts like fussing. The dog is like wagging his tail. He's fucking loving it.
Oh.
I was planning on going down about midday tomorrow.
Well, if he's out of his coma by then, I reckon we'll be ready.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'll meet you here at about midday,
Okay.
Yeah. that
and
works.
then I can lead you to one of the gates.
Right. Okay.
Well, I better go and get
We'll
ready.
see you tomorrow then. Yep.
Yep. See you then, mate.
Come on, Archie, come on. And he leads his dog, and he is pleased as punch, and he leads his dog outside.
That's a good dog. Right, well, if we're going at midday, I'm getting an early night because if I get an early night now, then I can actually wake up decently early. Fuck my life, I'm gonna have a bad hangover.
Asenel
I kind of like...
Asenel heard
And
none of
what
any of
happens when you
that.
decide to consume that treachery.
I
God,
will go to Azenel and kind of like pick him, like grab him from behind with one hand and try and pull him up just to bring him with me.
He just doesn't respond.
If he's not going to respond, then yeah, you just do it.
And I kind of like sloppily like drag him to her.
Yeah, the room is kind of wobbly for you, but you still manage to drag him.
Come on, Pointy, time
Just
for
wait until he
bed.
gets to the stairs and we just can hear boom, boom, boom.
Oh, look, they do love one another.
Oh, do you want a bedtime story, mate?
I'm good at stories.
Okay. Yeah, Midget there will tell you a good story.
So you all go up to bed, or you all go?
Yes.
Anyone?
Yeah, we go to bed. Are we
Yeah,
sharing rooms?
just-
Or what's the room situation like?
As you go past the barmaid, she explains that they had a bit of a lull in customers at the moment, which the barman goes, "Don't tell them that." So you actually have a room each.
Oh, let's just say.
Perfect. I don't have to see your face.
My stories. Oh, no, right then.
Maybe
said
you'll
last
see my
night,
face
no.
another night, Milan.
So,
shut up.
so you all head up to bed,
Yes.
and you have a restful night's sleep. The beds aren't as the most comfortable in the world. They're comfortable enough, but they could be more comfy.
I'll take whatever they've got.
But the rooms are tidy, and the sheets are clean, and it's a good night's rest. When you wake up the next morning, let's say a good few of these guys have fucked off, and this guy's gone, and these
The
two
twins are still here, though.
the twins are still here. And
Not that I'll tell them. They don't really want to talk
these two aren't
to me.
here. This guy is. This guy's still here.
Yay! He's still here.
And
Oh, Patrick Rothfuss left.
no, he
No,
hasn't.
he's still here. Okay. He moved seats.
But he's moved seats. So yeah, you wake up in the morning. Boreal and Asenel.
Oh, I just clutched my head.
You are fucked.
I just clutched my head and goes, what in Isha's name happened last night?
Just yell at them. Morning!
Oh,
I
and
just
like swing
tread
it.
downstairs and immediately go and get food, just because I want to get this over as quickly as possible.
So yeah, so you go to the barman and says, he pretty much as soon as you go up to him says,
Sup?
"You look like shit."
Yeah, I feel like shit. What food do you have?
Well, we've got the stand. We've got eggs, bacon, meat, bread.
Oh,
that,
that will fucking do.
You just see that Amon just comes in like she's freshly kept. She's actually just like nothing bad's happened to her. She looks dazzling.
Oh,
I can now-
Memorial's hair is like all over the place.
Asenel tries to stand up, but he just staggers about as far as this chair and just collapses into
I
it.
can quickly remove all of the -20s from your character sheets.
She turns to Boreal, said, "Well, didn't you have a lovely day yesterday?"
Oh, honestly, this was fucking worth it, love.
So
I do.
the barman with you, like with you, he brings you out just a plate of just meat and bread and eggs, and just, there you go. It's a fine breakfast for you. There you go. What for you?
I'm just going to have. Do you have any like? She just asked for like a drink of, and just like a drink of water and just some soup.
Soup. We can do soup. And he dashes out. So he gives you a glass of water and he gives you your soup.
I'll ask for
Perfect.
like
Thank you very much.
I'll ask for like an orange juice as well.
Orange juice. We got apple.
Oh, they'll fucking do.
Goes outside, gets your apple juice, plunks it down.
Yeah.
The barmaid comes up to Asenel and asks what you want.
Asenel peers up at her and goes, "Can the one on the left please bring me a salad or something, and the one on the right please bring me some water."
Okay, that's fine.
You.
She dashes away and will be back momentarily.
Yeah, get on my seat. I'm gonna sit back down with this stuff.
And goes up to Godric and asks what he wants.
Oh, I would like another one of those plates of meat and eggs and meat and more meat.
Good dwarven breakfast. I know what you mean.
And can I have your best morning ale, please?
Morning ale. We can do that for you. And he dashes out to the kitchen and comes back with a plate of meat and comes back with a. It's a very pale ale.
Quick interjection from the chat. John suggests that the apple juice is freshly squeezed from Malzeray's orchard.
It's freshly squeezed. It's a very special apple juice called Malzeray's Blend.
I like it.
So he comes back with an ale for Godric and a big plate of meat and eggs and meat and eggs and eggs and meat.
You know how to treat a dwarf, you really
Of
do.
course, have to if we're near Darby Haven.
It brings a tear to my eye. Thank you.
No problem, sir.
And then I'm
And
going to go over to the table with my nice big slab of meat. If I can move.
The
There we
barmaid,
go, yeah.
the barmaid is placing down Asenel's just his thing to get him through the day.
And they sort of just like fix it blindly. Brenda's
Goes back behind them. And Amelin has her soup and water, and everyone's happy.
Yeah.
So you may discuss what you will in a short period of time, or we can just go straight to.
Let's go straight to it, because I think discussion is just going to be very slow, what with all of us being hungover.
It
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Eventually,
It's about time we start killing things.
once it starts approaching midday, the fuzziness on yours, in Boyle's and Asenel's head starts to fade a bit. Moisture returns to your mouths. The throbbing in your head dull. It's there, but it's not pounding anymore. But you slowly recover during the day.
Oh, look, you stopped looking like shit.
You still look like shit, but you don't feel quite so much like shit anymore.
I will groom myself later, love. I'm not as prim, proper, and perfect as you are, right?
You look like you're ready for round 2.
I'm a soldier. Soldiers don't give a shit about their appearance.
And just for reference, the stuff that Asenel tried to put on his face yesterday, it's still there, but it's just starting to like fade a bit.
So you haven't washed up.
You were right. He is a troll. And we must face ourselves on a glorious battlefield.
Well, look at that. You look less ugly now.
So it's pretty much very shortly after midday comes Rattenfanger comes in with his dog and just immediately strides up to your table and says, "Right, you ready to go?"
Indeed.
He's got a rat.
Oh, yeah.
Take us forth. It is time that we found out what this troll has been doing.
I don't think that's a troll. But,
He's a very smart troll.
Well, we'll see. Come with me.
Okay.
And he leads you out the door. I shall move you back to the Reich map. Yep. So the inn that you're staying in is around about there in the marketplace. He takes you down the road, across down another street, up another street, around another street, down there, takes you over the Ubersreich Bridge, which is an impressive bit of masonry. It literally would bring a tear to Godric's eye. It's a very... I mean, I can even provide you with...
itchy. Ah!
I can even provide you with a picture of it.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Jeff thinks it looks
Oh,
great,
yeah.
but Asenel is just going to sniff as he walks over it.
It's too tacky.
oh, it
It's
puts
too
a bee
dwarven.
in the hand.
It's too dwarven.
But
If you,
as
if you must know.
if you must know, it's far too dwarven.
It puts a bee in the hand.
So, and so, as you're correct, I mean, literally with Godric, every single line, every single like fixture of stone against stone, you're like, oh, it is art. But
Hey, if you look here, where these two connect, this is telling the story of a great war.
he leads you.
Beautiful.
Rattenfang says, "That's nice." He just keeps going. He's walked across this bridge 1,000 times in his life. The people who live in Ubersreich don't realize how much of a marvel this bridge is, because it's just that old. But either way, he leads you across to the northern side of Ubersreich, and down an alleyway, and probably against this wall here, there's a gate that leads down into the inky darkness.
Oh, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it.
Ooh,
That's
what
in
does
the
it
stream.
smell like?
So he leads you down, and it stinks. It's horrible. It reeks.
Smells of troll.
It's a. You weren't sure what you were expecting, but it's a sewer in a big city or in a big town. Sorry, and it hums. And so he leads you down. At first, he seems to be leading you around without any sort of torch or light of any kind. He's just seemingly acclimatized to this strange subterranean world, but eventually realizes that he's with people who may not be very good with darkness, and so lights a small lamp and hangs it from his hip and leads you through the sewers.
As an elf, I have night vision, I believe.
You do have night vision, as does Godric, and I believe Amelin does as well.
I do.
I'm blind.
But as soon as he lights his torch, you're able to see as far as the torch goes.
Yeah, it's fine.
I have second sight.
You can see magic.
See magic? Is there any magic around? I'm assuming there's magic around.
Can you click on second sight for me?
Yes.
You can always keep throwing magic down the corridor, and then
I
you
can be
see.
suave, because apparently suave works, but nothing else does.
So, give me a perception check, Amelin.
Can I make a perception as well? Because I also have...
You can make a perception as well. Anyone, if they want to, can make a perception.
Yay!
Sure.
No modifiers? Modifiers or not?
For you, I think you've got acute sense.
I'm like one off my 44.
Yeah, I have cute sense sight.
So, I can't remember what acute
I'm
sense.
still looking at the stonework.
Acute sense. You make a presentation, don't tell when you press further details. So this could be included. So with that, I'll give you a acute sense, and you have night vision. So I'll give you like a plus. Give you a plus 20.
Nice.
Nice.
So you succeed quite handily at that.
Amelin, check it out.
With Godric, that's fine. You don't really notice anything. Did Boreal succeed with that?
Nope. Nowhere near.
Nowhere near. So why are you not doing? So yeah, no. Yeah. So out of all of you, why is it not doing the thing? It's not letting me scroll on the bloody thing anymore. There we go. So none of you really notice anything. Amelin, you do feel magic down here, but you feel magic everywhere, really. So
magic everywhere. No.
Aesir and Alibi, on the other hand, you do start noticing things, particularly because you're going past and you're seeing rats. There are lots of rats down here, but all of them seem to be acting strangely. They seem, lots of them, rather than running away, they're watching you quite closely. And then as you get a little bit too close, then they run away.
Who would be the nearest person to me as we're going through?
Well, are you following Rattenfanger closely, or are you like near the back, or where are you?
I'm going to say near the back.
Near the back. So let's get a marching order. Where are you all? I'm just gonna plump you on this map.
I don't really mind either way. I'd probably be near the front because soldier.
I'm not going to put Archibald in. The Rattenfanger's at the front.
I'm fine. Probably either second from the back or at the back would be great for me.
So second from the back, at the back.
I'll be near the front.
Near the front.
I'll be in the middle.
Or I'm in the middle. So you're near Amelin.
Okay, I'm just going to gently tug Amelin's sleeve and say, I know this sounds odd, but I think the rats are watching us.
Oh, gross. Well, there's some sort of magic in the air, but I'm not entirely sure what type or where it's coming from.
Yeah. Now that he's pointed it out, and as you're walking along, you do start noticing the rats are watching you.
Oh, this is rather disturbing.
And you continue on for a while, and eventually he points out one of the signs he's already seen, and he points this out to you. He says, "Yeah, see, I told you, it's definitely a marking." And
Fine, we believe you.
And the marking he shows you looks like that.
Oh.
Can I do some sort of history or research on it to see if I might
Hang
recognise
on.
it?
Is that like... it looks like one of those, like, sweet things that come looking like that.
What?
Like those kind of lace sweets that they have.
Oh
It looks like
yeah.
that.
I was
It,
thinking
it
that.
does.
Ooh.
It does. But I can assure you, they haven't stuck some sort of green, like, straw thing on the wall.
Oh, right. Can I?
My son in my hand is now
You
completely.
can do we can do a. I'll let you do research, yeah, to see if you've like seen anything like this in the past when you've been researching.
No modifier, straight up.
No modifier, no.
Okay. Okay.
You have seen this symbol before. It's come up multiple times, but there's never really been a reference to what it is. And
Do I know if it's? I would know if it's a good or a bad symbol.
I mean, it's usually come up in like signs of battle or fighting, but it has come up in like stories of intrigue as well. So it's it could be a bad symbol, it could just be a symbol of mystery, but you're not sure.
I'm just gonna tell everyone we should be on our guard. That symbol, I've seen it before.
And he also shows you pretty much right next to it. There seems to be another kind of symbol next to it, but it's fairly obvious what this is. It's an arrow.
Mhm.
And it's pointing deeper into the sewers.
And this is an arrow. It's pointing deeper into the sewers.
Yeah, no
Oh.
fucking shit.
Godric turns around. My God, you're some sort of wizard.
Wait, does that mean you're intelligible?
I'm far more intelligent than him.
Oof.
Oof.
Oh,
Shots have been fired.
Pew!
Asinel just like shakes his head and just carries on.
So you follow the arrows, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
You follow the arrows deeper
Following the
into
leader.
sewer.
I just follow them. They point the way I go.
Eventually, you come to it's sort of like a broken down wall in the sewers,
Yeah.
which leads to, I mean, from where you see in the sewers, there's water running from underneath like a low hanging wall in the sewers, like trickling out. But then there's like a hole in the wall next to that like sluice bit, and it leads into like a very old part of the sewers. And Rattenfanger is kind of wary of it.
What's wrong, Ratty?
This wasn't here the other day.
Oh.
What do you mean?
As in, this hole wasn't here the other day.
Well, maybe the rats ate through it.
Rats don't eat through stone.
Well, you haven't seen
Clearly
shit on
there's
what I've been doing.
Troll rats.
Clearly there's something else out of play here than play.
Don't.
What do you mean, don't? They could exist, you never know.
I don't need the idea of troll rats. Do you
Hey,
know
we need
how hard it is to hunt rats? It's really
Hey,
hard.
We need to cover every possibility, though, mate.
So,
I doubt troll rats exist.
so
If so, where are they?
So you enter this old sewer as a marking right next to this hole is literally pointing directly at it, and another marking right next to it. And so you enter this old part of the sewer.
I'm blind.
Dun-dun-dun.
Oh, there we are.
I am
And-
blind. No,
You
no.
are? Yes, you're down lower.
Oh.
And to kind of help here, underneath Boreal, there's another marking with a lot of excess material that was used for the marking splattered on the floor underneath it.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm gonna be right back.
I'm going to be doing the exact same thing, to be honest. I need to go and...
Well then, as
I
usual.
will let you two do what you need to do.
So there is a marking and there is an excess amount of this splattered, whatever it is, on the floor.
I can't move my token again.
Sorry. And,
Can we tell what the material is? What the stuff is?
You can look into it.
I wish to. I will bend down and with obvious reluctance scrape my finger along it and sniff it.
Yeah. So make a. What would be a reasonable thing?
Couldn't you have just hired servants or something to do that for you?
I would, but they take up room in the baggage holds.
Sorry, I'm just quickly giving everyone permission to move their tokens. So.
Oh my god, give me permission, Daddy.
I've given you permission. You have permission now. What do you have? What do you have that can be of use?
Evaluate is that one?
Yeah, evaluate.
Evaluate.
Evaluation. Oh, woo.
No, not quite.
So you kind of like scoop some up with your finger and kind of like rub into it and sniff it, and it smells horrible.
I wipe the rest of it on Boreal's coat.
And
Hey.
even with a failure, I think you'll get this. Is as you're kind of rubbing it in your fingers, it burns a little.
I'm definitely rubbing it in Boreal's coat.
Stop.
So you might be able to try again later if you find some more of this stuff.
I know there's some in Boreal's coat.
But yeah. But there's like splots of it that kind of lead away from this down further into the dark.
You're paying for the fucking laundry.
It's an
So
improvement.
it carries on down there.
It carries on down the path.
Cool, let's go down the path.
I want to go down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trolleys.
Not necessarily gonna find a troll.
Walking along very cautiously.
I shall move Amelin. In fact, I shall group up Amelin, Archie, and
There's another wall here.
yes. Yeah.
Ooh. Oh.
Awooga.
I returned.
Look,
Welcome back.
there's more green
I
blood.
am not now.
So yes,
That's
as you
sewer
approach,
water, you simple. Oh no, that is green blood.
yeah, as you approach these like metal bridges, there is another load of that material splattered over the bridge.
Do we cross the bridge or do we keep going?
Well, maybe if we find the trails to where these paint symbols are, maybe that's where the source.
Godric's gonna follow the blood and go across the bridge. He doesn't think too much or pay attention to thinking.
Oh, fuck it, why not?
My question is, can I
Fine.
use my arrows to do this?
Ashnell crosses the bridge, trying to step dingily through the spilled stuff.
Yes, I
He
can.
just like lifts his robe up, just like.
He does. He does. He like lifts his robe up and like tries to gingerly step over it.
So Rattenfanger is following on behind you as
I can help that. I can help you with making sure your clothes do not get dirty. Do you want some help?
No, not from you, Dwarf.
Oh. Don't be like that,
That's
then.
so rude.
so
Yeah.
Rattenfanger is
Does
following
our
behind
resident
all of
magic user have anything to identify this stuff?
I wouldn't say so. No. I mean, I'm wearing gloves, so it probably wouldn't burn me.
What about our Mulan over here? Does she have anything to do with it? Too?
My name is not Mulan, it's Amelin. You idiots.
Now that I have your attention, do you have anything to identify this stuff?
I'm not entirely sure. What do I need to roll for this?
What do you have in terms of skills? I would say. I mean, you could try and investigate if it's got any magical properties.
Yeah, what do I roll for that then? Just
So you've got
investigate?
law magic down near the bottom.
Okay, let's give that a bit of a big shot.
No modifier.
No modifier.
No.
Not as much.
Once again, you kind of like poke it gingerly with your finger, and it even just like poke, you feel like a slight burning whenever you poke it, but other than that, you can't really get a sense on it.
It seems acidic. Not type of acidic.
So
If I put on Boreal's coat, he won't mind.
Oh, cut that out. This coat's my uniform. They'll sue me if I ruin it.
so
Really? They sue you if you ruin it, yet you don't take care of yourself.
Well, I can cover it up easily. Also, where the fuck are we going?
There's another one over here.
And he just goes charging off. Simpleton.
Rattenfanger is like just following behind all of you, looking
Say that one
very.
more fucking time.
Trolley, come. Everyone starts singing here. Help come out.
So,
I'd rather
anyone
not.
investigating this one, or are you just continuing on?
I'll investigate it. What do I need to roll?
What would you roll? Well, first of all, you can roll more troll.
I will roll more troll.
I'll investigate it as well.
I'm gonna investigate it as well.
More troll. The more you look at it, the more you're convinced it's a troll.
Can I do another law magic again, just in case?
You can law magic again. What can what can law Reikland have?
Worse.
Let's just with Royal, let's go for.
Oh.
I decided to give my
Let's
cathedral
say
some glasses.
intuition. I would say intuition.
Intuition?
Yeah.
The weekend.
It's a 31, okay. Nope.
Nope. What did Manlin get? Amelin. I mean, you still can't quite get a handle on what this is, but with Godric constantly going on about trolls, you're starting to think it might be trolls.
Oh. I think I might be on the same
Even though every fibre of your being is telling you it's not trolls, you're starting to think it might be trolls.
I feel like I'm starting to agree with the idiot.
Yay! You see that? We're starting to agree. Trolls.
Trolls, the silent killer.
Now, if that is the case, I get first dibs, alright?
I'd rather be in bed right now, enjoying the sweet wife life.
Oh, blood go for the roll, going down for a troll.
So, continuing along over the bridge. Where is Boreal? Why is Boreal standing there? Is he still looking?
Sorry, I'm moving now. There are the peoples. I'm gonna move there.
So, it's more of it. Either investigating or no investigating.
Can we investigate again?
I might try again. I'm gonna try again.
You can, or you can investigate this lot.
I'll investigate that lot.
Yep.
Whoosh.
I'm no longer investigating, just running.
Oh,
I have
fuck's sake.
4 pages left in my sketchbook, and I'm.
With,
Evaluate.
I think with you two being as smart as you are, and the fact that you're seeing more of this and you're investigating more, keep looking into it and everything else, with Asenel and Amelin, you can have a plus 20 because this is like a constant investigation for you.
You want me to re-roll that then, or
Okay.
shall I just...
Reroll that, yeah.
Okay. Plus 20.
Modifiers plus
Whee!
20, so I'll
Finally.
just put 20 in, right?
So yeah, when it asks for the modifier, put 20.
Alright, let's see if this works.
That is a success.
Perfect!
I succeeded better.
And you did succeed better. So, now that you've investigated this a few times, Amelin, there is something magic here, and it doesn't feel right.
Rolls.
And now you're both looking at it, and especially Asenel, you're realizing that while by all means Rattenfang has been following closely and kind of like bringing light with it. Whenever he's moving away from it, it is glowing slightly. Only slightly, but glowing.
Ever-recent
And with Asenel, the fact that it's burning is you don't think it's acidic, but there's something wrong with this.
Can I make a history?
Make a history with a +20 as well.
Okay. I personally have got some ideas of what this might be, but obviously Asenel doesn't.
I might do a history.
Yeah,
So that'll be Reikland
Just made
law,
that.
wouldn't it?
Reikland law. If you can try Reikland law.
Can I do +20 as well?
Reikland law is just regular.
So just
With
be
that-
normal.
With that result, can I make a guess?
You can try.
Is it warpstone?
The fact it's glowing, the fact it's green, you're thinking that this is something mixed with warpstone.
And Asenel, well, would Asenel know much about? He would have heard of warpstone, obviously, but would he know?
Everyone would have known of warpstone.
Yep.
Warpstone. So, as the GM to a player, and I'm assuming you probably try and proceed to tell this to everyone else.
Yep.
Warpstone is congealed dark magic. It is dark magic that has coagulated to a actual solid form. It is extremely dangerous. It is extremely devastating. It's powerful, but it's extremely dangerous.
Yep. I stand up on my feet and I say, "This is warpstone,"
Warpstone.
and I proceed to recite everything that Sean just said.
And it's very dangerous. It's very magical,
And it's gonna and it can blow up in your face.
and it can blow up in your face.
Would I know?
The
Would I
trolls
know?
have figured
Would I
out
know
how
a
to
race that
use
uses
them.
warpstone?
Hmm?
Would I know of a race that uses warpstone?
Not really.
Okay.
Trolls.
I mean, you know that, like, in history, well, you did fairly well in some of the tests you've made. So I'll probably you know that some of the Chaos Barbarian tribes up north, some of their magic users will use, but those guys haven't been seen for decades,
But
centuries
yeah.
even.
But Asenel is probably fairly confident that we're up against some sort of magic user.
Something that is using warpstone,
Yeah.
at least to some marginal degree, to make some sort of paint.
I know what this is, and I'm itching to say it, but I can't say it because Asenel doesn't
You
know
can't,
what it
'cause
is.
he
He
doesn't
doesn't know
know
what it
what
is, but I know what it is.
By the way, onwards.
In the meantime, I've been telling Boreal a wonderful story about trolls.
Of
The
course.
first time I seen a troll.
And I am pretending very hard to listen.
Asenel is going to walk a lot more cautiously now.
Going to move me as much as
Come on,
possible.
come on, my
To-
dog, move, dog, you're in my way.
Dog, please, no, dog, move, dog, move, dog, move.
Hang on, wait a second. Oh, that's just a bridge.
I'm just gonna pet the dog while I
Are we at the end?
So at first, the dog is kind of like walking along, looking around, being all vigilant. You kind of pet him, his tail wags a little bit,
She smiles and just walks off.
but and so moves along, and you all pretty much notice there's a large amount of that paint here.
Yeah.
There seems to be a lot of troll blood here. Be very careful. They get
It's-
very
Is that
tender.
like a door here?
Oh yeah.
And
I say
Oh.
it's not troll blood, it's something even worse.
so
Even
yes,
worse. That
You-
means the fight will be more honorable. In.
it's you can see this particular thing. Some things tried to conceal it, but very poorly.
In.
So you
I
enter.
must fight the honorable thing.
You enter the hole.
Yeah.
The hole leads to what seems to be a at first a dug tunnel, and then to a natural looking cave.
Well, sugar.
which I'm going to quickly plonk all of your tokens down. Plonk.
Give us permission to use them.
I give you permission to use them. Plonk. Sorry, it's quickly controlled by Isenal. Controlled by Godric. Controlled by Amelin. I don't know why it's not like immediately recognizing permissions, but meh.
Because fuck it.
Controlled by Boreal. Save.
That is me.
And then, where are you?
Did you know that
we're
Boreal
still
runs
we're in the sewer.
I know. I'm just quickly getting all your tokens on there. So
Oh.
you enter the hole. At first, it's kind of obviously kind of carved out, and then it leads into a more natural looking cave.
Okay, now I've got to find the tokens again.
You're down the bottom.
Oh.
I assumed we were. Oh, sugar. We are down the bottom.
Honey, don't do that.
This reminds me of
I'll
a
do this.
prior experience.
So, I don't have the map making capability to make it this way, but from the end of the tunnel that you're in, there is a sickly green light.
Aeson goes, I think we should leave right now.
Trolls!
No, that's the opposite of leave.
Troll!
Bloody idiot is going off again.
Simple.
My name is Godric, Nio's son. I am here for worthy battle, should you be of challenge.
Hold
Will
on.
you be the one to set me free and kill me in honorable fight?
Sean, can I ask you a really quick question about the Roll20 thing? The
Yeah.
icon that you have, is it did you not attach it to the character sheets?
I did attach it to the character sheets. For some reason, it's not automatically presuming.
So like when you put the token down, it doesn't connect to the
For
character.
some reason, no. I don't know why.
Generally, I have to set up the token first with all its bits before I attach it to the character sheet.
Yeah, you have to do that. You have to like when you do the token, you add the AC and the HB to it, and then the actual connects it to the actual character sheet. And then once it's selected, go into the character sheet and put token selected, and it should connect to each other.
I did.
Okay, fair.
Then why the fuck is it not working? Rod, what are you fucking piece of shit?
Let's just do it.
Now to our sponsors, Roll20.
So, you.
This is the how this feeding goes. I shall bite it.
So, Godric goes running in, screaming hell for leather. Is that correct?
Is he screaming out Leroy Jenkins?
No, I'm screaming out, my name is Godric, and I am looking for noble battle, for honor.
So, you can continue running forward.
I will, once the map opens up. Yay! The map opened up. I'm going to run forward, and is that a steep decline? I see lines.
It's not steep, no.
Then I keep charging right into the
You
middle.
can keep charging. So, screw it.
Face me and kill me if you can.
So, I am just going to reveal the entire thing. I've made this map a little bit too big, but fuck it. There we go. So,
Ooh.
and I am going to... I need to fucking zoom back in, because I can't fucking see for shit. And I am going to go to this layer. I am going to select all that. I'm going to...
Acer now is going to take one look at that big greenish cloud at the end and promptly pee himself.
So, in front of this thing, and fuck it, I'm going to throw a few more of these guys in here.
I called it.
And so,
It's time to fight.
That guy looks like Bob.
so you go running in, screaming your lungs out, and these guys immediately just turn around and are kind of just like staring at you. And
Did you fall from heaven?
Oh, Christ on a bike.
Because you look like you landed on your face.
very quickly, so to describe what you're seeing about 5 human-looking people, each one looking even glowing slightly, and have patchy feathers on their bodies, like on their not even in uniform places, but kind of some will have it on their face, some have them on their arms, some on the backs of their neck, but all of them have these feathers. Then at the front of this, right near this glowing green portal with large green stones, it's a triangular portal with green stones in each corner.
Ooh.
And in front of it is stood a extremely corpulent man who is mid-handshake with a rat-like beast man. But as you look at him, you see that on the left arm that he's using to shake his hand, there's another mouth on his arm.
I go to this guy Raddy. I said, a relative of yours.
And also with this man, one of his eyes is exceptionally large.
They're like, dang you.
Far too large. I need all of you to make a certain little check for me.
What is the check?
Okay. Do we consume alcohol?
No, it is not. This is much more problematic.
Play the harp.
This is for minor influences. You have to make a minor cool test. So a cool test at 0 modifier.
Oh, cool.
Okay. I failed.
Failure.
I'm absolutely fine.
Says I am cool. I just lean over, whisper to Boreal.
Wait.
We're all going to die, aren't we?
Can I fail?
Oh, fuck my life.
That's a failure, I'm assuming?
Yes, I put 8 into cool. Fucking hell.
So, Roderick and Boreal.
Hang on a second now. Don't I have a special ability or something?
I think you took something else rather than this particular thing, but at the same time, this isn't anything to do with fear.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
I kind of whisper sharply to Pointy.
You're really not helping the situation.
So, Godric and Boreal, everything you're seeing here is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Something is wrong, and it's not that these things shouldn't be here. These rat beast men things shouldn't be here. He shouldn't have an arm on his arm. These guys shouldn't have feathers. Everything here is wrong. And you each gain a point of corruption.
Oh, fucking hell! What is
Okay.
All of us? All of us, or the ones who
The ones who failed.
I didn't fail. We're pretty good.
Where do we put that then?
Near if you scroll down on your sheet, underneath all the skills and everything, underneath your armor, there is injuries, afflictions, psychology, and mutations.
Right.
And there is current corruption.
Okay.
That's a 1.
That's 1. Okay.
One.
Mine's already on 1. Did you change it?
I changed it for you.
Thank you, you're so kind.
I know I am. I'm wonderful.
Should have 2 then told him.
So, as soon as you guys come running in, I'm going to move him a bit. As soon as you guys come running in, they are all turned around to you like, the fuck is this shit? And
you're not trolls.
this fella just turns to the extremely large man. Says, I told you to hide the entrance! This is the fat man goes, Derek, I told you to hide the entrance! Derek's like, you didn't tell me to hide behind you. You told Frank. It's Frank. And they just argue amongst themselves momentarily before finally the grey third rat man just says, "Just get rid of them. Don't kill them. No one will believe what they see anyway." And then would try to do something, but because of this catastrophic thing that has happened, I need each of you
Oh no.
start combat. So, how do we do this?
Is it an
That's a
initiative?
very good question.
You can do it. There are multiple ways of determining initiative. Either I take your initiative scores and I put them all down, and whoever is the highest, or you roll your initiative characteristic.
I think roll the
I'm
characteristic.
gonna roll it.
Roll the characteristic and see who goes first.
What's the characteristic? Just
I
The eye?
I.
Okay.
I succeeded. I rolled 19.
I failed. Got 82.
So, how do we get people on this damn thing? Let's count. Currently, only token. Turn. Right click on token, choose add turn. Add turn. I'm gonna have to do it all manually. Add turn.
It's a very slow process. I speak from
It's a good
experience.
exercise.
Add turn.
Playing a sleepy beep.
Add turn. Add turn. Add turn.
Add the turn.
Add turn.
Turn my gears.
Add turn.
Turn me on.
Add turn. Add turn.
You can turn me on later.
So we have.
No, sorry, I've only got one person in my mind for that.
And that is my troll.
So Boreal rolled.
Instant screaming at Ben right now.
Which one of you guys?
Okay.
How are we gonna do this? So
It's okay. Sean turns me on whenever he just looks at me.
lies. So
I just had Ben decide to start giving me cheesy pickup lines. Are you picking a parking ticket because you got Fano written all over you? And I'm like,
Oh my god.
Oops.
So of you lot, one, Godric, one,
We do this the one.
Mason, one, Boreal, two, Amelin, three, and Godric, 4.
72.
Now I need to roll for everyone else. This is. I'm sorry, this is long-winded.
That's
Come on,
fine.
buddy. We're good. We're good.
He is in like dead last. So
That roll.
he is ready to last.
Rasniet just blows himself up because of that failure.
He is also dead, like really last. It's really hard to actually do this fucking initiative this way.
Gotta get ahead of the curve with that one. There we are.
Initiative. Corpulent. So.
Oh, this one's perfect.
So.
Corpulent mutant.
So it's high numbers usually go
That's
first.
one.
Trackers, don't they? So.
Ooh.
This should actually work.
Shit, that's a good point. What's our movement with this?
I'll get you
Movement.
back, Ben.
is
Mine is.
I'll get you back one day.
so
You
It
can try.
movement is in yards. So your walk is how much you can walk in yards
Yeah.
without having to straighten. If you want to run, you have to make an athletics check, and if you succeed, then you run successfully.
Cool.
You manage to muster your strength and run. If you succeed with like above and beyond, you actually add to your run speed.
Nice.
So I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do this fucking turn order because it's fucking complete shit. So I'm sorry about this.
Don't worry, it's okay. We're entertaining ourselves.
Yeah, he's sending me freaking
But
cheesy
the
pickup
problem is,
lines.
technically, it's the lower ones should be going first. So it's like, how the fuck do I? So I think
just put their scores in and in order ascending.
so.
In order ascending.
So if I put your guys in first, so Boreal was 39. Amelin was
53.
53.
Okay, this will be the last one, and then
Asenel was 19.
I am waiting patiently.
I've not actually done.
Oh, that's too terrible.
2.
How dare you?
I thought you might like that one.
Rasket
Well, I
was.
thought you might like them more, to be
6.
honest. So
Storm Vermin 1 was 37. Storm Vermin 2 was 97.
I'm going to take a break for a few minutes. I'll be back in a few minutes, guys.
Fine, I'm still trying to fucking work all this fucking shit out. I apologize again for.
No, it's fine.
so-
Just take what you need, buddy. You can do good.
you're doing amazingly. It's
I'm
okay.
just going to quickly greet my mother.
17. I need another 4. 3. Another few fifth of mutants. So we've got a 57, a 5, a 7, and an 83. And then I have Rattenfanger and Archie. Archie, got that. Rattenfanger, that. So Rattenfanger gets 44. Archie gets 98.
Do 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 do. Oh, Archie, he tries his best.
That's not right.
It might not be right, but it's his best shot.
Where is
I
it?
think that when Tanny gets back to the computer, she might kill me.
Right. I think I finally done it. So yes. I have done it. I finally managed to sort this all out. It would help if there was any way of doing that quickly, but there isn't at the moment. So yes, you have entered combat. So first up is one of the feathered mutants. This guy, and he is going to come charging forward. And he's holding.
Where you learned your blow.
You notice that all of them are. They all have other weapons, like daggers and swords and things, but all of them reach for these kind of relatively simple clubs. And he comes charging forward. How much can he move? I think it's the same as most other people here, so he can move 8 yards, which... is he going to try and run?
This is gonna. Oh, here's the thing. With run, is that going to be like kind of D&D thing where it takes our action or not?
No.
Okay.
It's just you roll to see if you manage kind of like muster your strength to.
Okay.
He doesn't manage it, so he can just run. He can just walk his 8 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he comes charging up, running towards this dwarf, club in the air.
Careful what you do, son.
Next up, this guy. He's gonna kind of hold back a bit. He's still gonna move forward a little bit, but he's not gonna use his full movement, and he doesn't quite know what to do. This guy's a little bit on the fucking wimpy side. Next up is the guy who was blamed for leaving the thing open. He just fucking tries to go hell for leather, trying to run forward and attack. And do the attack he does. So not only does he not manage it, he kind of runs forward and he just like a little kind of lump in the rock that he doesn't quite see, and he just falls fucking flat on his face. And I'm going to really just throw it at him that he is prone.
Yay!
So yeah, he doesn't manage it. Next up is Isolanel. Is still away.
SNL.
Away. So
I believe so. Yes, I do.
What
So-
the?
So he's not here, so we'll come back to him once he comes back. Next up, the corpulent mutant. I don't know if any of you are quite realizing how big this guy is when I say he's
bounce over.
He is impossibly fat. He shouldn't be able to even move with how fat he is.
Sounds like me.
No, it doesn't. You are amazing and beautiful. This man is, once again, it's even that part of him is what makes you just feel this is wrong.
Yeah.
There's something wrong about everything in this. By the way, he kind of like nods to the grey rat man who like issued the order to attack the interlopers, and he tries to move forward, which, because he is so large, he is actually slower than most of you. So he is going to attempt to run, but he probably is unlikely to succeed. Nope, he's a standard failure, so he does manage to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just kind of turns to the guy who's falling over. Get up and kill them! No, sorry, don't kill them. Sorry. and that's his turn. The one of the armored rat men. All he does is move forward and kind of hold out this horrible-looking hooked halberd that's rusty and gnarled, and kind of just, it looks like he's trying to get in between anyone trying to get at this grey furred one. And that's his turn. Next up, Boreal.
So a square is a yard, right?
A square is 1 yard.
Then I will walk directly up to this fucker and attack him.
So yes, you are within range. You can attack him.
I
So
use my swood.
you're swooed.
Is there
So-
any modifier at all?
Because you've charged into combat, yes. You get a +10.
Okay, plus. All right, I shouldn't do plus 10. What?
I thought I found fire despite its green.
Okay, so first of all, fuck your plus 10.
It's fine. Combat works slightly differently to most other things. So-
Okay.
We're going to.
I don't like his hand.
He failed harder than you. So with combat, rather than you roll if you succeed or fail, it's actually an opposed thing. So
Yeah.
because you got a higher success level than I did, you succeed.
Cool.
So you managed to smack him across. You managed to slash across his left leg. However, you did fumble. So I need to quickly contest the rules of fumbling. Fumbling. So I need you to roll me a D100.
Oh, do I have to? No, Sean, I'll do anything.
Do a D100.
61?
61. So you kind of you still hit him, but you kind of overstretch yourself and kind of stumble a little bit.
Oh, shit.
You can't move next round.
Okay.
You can still attack and everything else. You just can't move.
That's fine.
So you do 7 plus your success level, which is a minus, so you do 5 damage to the feather.
Oh, come on.
However, he has practically nothing. So this feather move 7 health. So you do 5 damage minus 1. So you have done 5 damage. So you've done 4 damage. So that is 3.
Just 3.
So no, you've done an amount of damage to him. He's looking very, very ropey.
Cool.
You've managed to hit something very fucking bad in his leg, and he is not looking good.
He was gonna be mine. He was obviously.
Next up is Rattenfanger. He is equally as fucking perturbed as all the rest of you at what is transpiring in this fucking cave. But he is going to run forward, and he's going to run further forward, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to attempt to hit the one that is on the floor. So I need to quickly make sure of something in terms of another rule. Prone. So yeah, he is likely to fucking hit this guy. So Rattenfang is going to just like load up a kind of stone bullet into a sling, and he's going to try to fire it at the guy on the floor. He is going to do a ranged sling attack at plus 20 to hit. And that is a success. Ranged attacks, you just roll. It's success or failure.
Nice.
So he doesn't do any like particularly bad damage to him, but he does manage to hit him. And he does 5 damage to him, which leaves him with this guy with 2 health left. So he fucking just swings this bullet at him. It smacks him square on the head, and he is reeling from it, but he's still standing. Oh, well, not even standing. He's currently on the floor. So yeah, he is not in a good way. Next up, Amelin. So with you have a weapon. You have a melee weapon. You have 2 melee weapons, in fact, I think. However, you do also have access to magic.
I'll do magic. Do I have magic?
So further down your character sheet, you'll see your magic options.
I have petty magic.
Under spells and prayers.
Spells and prayers. Nice. Dart, animal friend, and shock.
So yeah, with dart, you can cast it at the amount of yards equal to your willpower bonus or willpower. I think it's your willpower. So you can practically hit everyone in this fucking cave. It doesn't do much.
I'm gonna move here.
Yeah.
Whoop. And then, use the dart. So I'm just going to press that button.
Who are you trying to hit?
I'm going to hit this,
The fat guy?
that one there.
The prone guy. Okay, so you have a plus 20 to hit him.
Perfect.
I have returned.
Yay!
So, unfortunately, you let fly with this. You managed to coalesce a kind of an amber little ball of energy, and you fling it at the toward the guy prone on the floor. But actually, did you put plus 20 on that?
I did put plus.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I realized it was. I don't know why it's that low. By the way, so you throw it at this at the guy, but it just speeds past. It manages to glance past this guy here and just smacks into the wall behind him. And you didn't manage to hit, unfortunately.
This is terrible.
I'm just trying to think. Did that calculate correctly? I think a quick have a look at that. I don't. I have sworn your magic thing. What is your magic? Why is your thing so low? I have sworn it. Oh, that's fucking why. Damn it. I completely. So that I think does hit actually.
Oh.
Hold
nice.
on. I just realised something. Hold on. So your thing was 48. Did you succeed? Actually, no, you didn't. I'm sorry. I just realised that the plus. Actually, hang on. No, hang on.
I'll just wait.
It did. That has hit. I'm sorry. So it would be 48. It would be 78. So 70 minus. So you did manage to hit with 1 plus 3. So you hit for 4 damage on him. You did hit. Sorry. It's
nice.
I forgot that I deducted something, and then I forgot to add the thing to the thing. So yeah, you did manage to hit with your dart. Sorry.
You're right.
So yeah, you
got there in the end.
Where did you? So just as he's like trying to get himself up, he's going like bring himself up. You manage to just weave this dart just straight into his chest, and it just slams square into it, and he just falls back on the floor and is dead.
Perfect.
Ooh.
Hooray!
Which one was that?
That is the guy who was on the floor, who I am now going to indicate by putting a big old fucking X on him and take away his prone condition. He's now dead.
He's still prone, but he's dead.
He's still prone, but now dead prone. So, Asenel, it was your turn while you were away, so you can do what you need to do.
Not a lot I can do from back here, because I got very, very little I can do.
You can move a fuck ton, and like I said to you before, so each one of these squares is a yard, and you can move. Your movement tells you how much you can walk, so I think you can move about 10 yards. So you can move a good fucking way.
Okay, I'm going to walk up, saunter up casually to. Do I get anything for being advanced? Advanced doesn't work the same way in this, does it, for flanking?
No.
Okay, so there's no point doing that. So
if you were to charge into combat, which technically you now have, you do get a plus 10.
Okay, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to stick my pitifully small dagger into him, or attempt to do that.
So you just roll the weapon.
And plus 10, we said?
Plus 10.
No.
That is not necessarily. I need to roll something as well for the feather.
It
is all opposed. So he rolls a club with no modifier. So he got -2. So you go to swing at him. He manages to just kind of like swipe. So he manages to duck out the way and swipe at you with his with his with his club and manages to hit you on the chest.
Ow.
So, with damage, you have near the top of your sheet, there's your wounds. You take 5 damage, but then you minus off your toughness bonus. So you did 5 damage, minus 3, he's done 2 damage to you.
Okay. So where do I put... Okay, so that goes in current.
Current, yeah, so I thought to put anything in there. So I have done it for you.
Thank you very much. Where that is now.
So you have taken a bit. It wasn't a very good hit, but he managed to hit you. However, I just realised he did a fumbling failure. So
Oh shit.
roll 1d 100.
Yeah.
9.
He clubs himself to death.
Yeah, he kind of overshoots, and just this club is kind of like a weird gnarled branch, and it's got like a gnarl like facing him. And as he swings at you, he manages to just like overshoot and smack himself in the back of the head. And so he has managed to damage himself. He takes 1 point of.
I just look at him.
Nice.
I just look at him, shake my head, and go, "Simpleton."
Next up, so after your go, which was a little while ago technically, there is this mutant who is going to. What is he going to do? He is going to move up to. He's going to move up the Rattenfanger. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Well, technically 6. And he's going to attempt to attack Rattenfanger.
No,
No!
No! He owes us money! So he is going to roll a club attack. He charged into combat technically, so he gets a +10. That is a failure from him, from Rattenfanger. He does a club as well. 0. That is a stalemate, but Rattenfanger has the highest number to beat, so he wins. So this guy goes charging up, and just Rattenfanger just kind of just immediately just ducks on him and brings his club upwards and just smacks him in the elbow. And he takes this guy is just immediately has his arm shattered by Rattenfanger.
Ouch.
And he is fucking floored immediately. He immediately just goes down, clutching his arm, just screaming, "Ah! Fuck now! Fuck!" And next up is Godric.
Oh, yeah. Well, taking a look, the person who looks most like a troll to me would seem to be that big guy.
The big guy is at least wide enough to be a troll.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, compared to the rest, he doesn't really... I mean, the rest don't look troll-like as he does, do they?
Not really, no.
And he looks like a shaved troll, but a troll nonetheless.
He does. He looks like a shaved troll.
I would like to try and get to him.
So roll me an... Well, how many squares? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can't quite get... So if you roll me athletics...
Okay, I will try.
48.
That's a failure.
Don't manage it. You can only move to this square here.
I will go to that square there.
And you can... So you just go charging up with fucking death in your eyes. And this guy knows you're coming for him. And you think he's probably going to come for you.
That's right. Face me, troll.
Um,
Glorious battle shall see one of us in the ground.
so that's your turn.
It's not a troll. Oh, never mind.
So next up is this guy, who has just seen 2 of his friends go down very quickly. And
no!
one of them looking very ropey all of a sudden. He says, fuck this. Actually, no, I'm going to leave this up to the fates quickly. I'm going to see if he's going to say fuck this. I think he would say fuck this, but let's see if he does say fuck this. He actually... He is faltering, and he starts backing away towards this portal, but he's not going to fully run just yet. Next up is this grey rat-like beast man, who just kind of looks around at all of this, and there's make perception checks, all of you.
Oh, bugger.
Okay.
That's standard.
Nope.
No, I'm quite determined to get that troll.
Too busy looking down at the thing that this thing hit me with.
So Amelin notices that this grey rat man kind of... He looks around at the ensuing chaos of you guys running in, but then kind of looks at the fat man, smirks this very nasty smirk, and then steps backwards through the portal
Oh, fudge.
and disappears.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Next up,
Getting away. That's just...
next up is this armored rat man,
Guys, I'm gonna have to go.
who kind of like looks around to make sure the grey-furred one has gone, and then also steps through the portal and disappears.
They're all leaving. It's great. They're all running away.
Next up is Archibald.
Archie.
Archie
Go on, Jake.
Archie is going to charge forward. Let's have a look at Archie's character sheet. Because I believe he has a fairly good run. I need to quickly have a look at Stride.
Annie has to go.
Sorry. Bye.
Bye. Sorry this took so long.
It's okay.
Tony.
I mean, like, I've seen Sammy's freaking...
To be honest, I've got to go and do the exact same thing.
No.
Yeah, can we speed this up a little bit?
You're
I'm sorry.
doing so good, though, Sean. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Well, it shouldn't take too much longer, but either way, yeah, go.
Night, guys. Bye.
Good night.
So Archie is going to charge forward. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He can get around to... Actually, no, can he get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's going to charge up to the fat man.
Yeah.
And he's going to go charging up, and he's going to try and bite the fat man. Bite the fat man.
Bite the fat man, boy. Bite the fat man.
Archie the boy is going to try and bite the fat man.
Good boy. Who's a good boy? You're a good boy.
Because he's charged, he gets a +10.
Aim for the nuts.
No, Archie.
Aim for the nuts.
Fairly good failure, the corpulent mutant, however.
No, can I just ask, is it the SL difference that's deciding it?
Yes.
Okay.
So he is going to attempt to swipe at Archie. No modifier.
A draw?
It's a draw, but Archie has the higher number he's trying to roll, but he succeeds. So, doesn't do much damage to him, unfortunately. But, damn it, I fucking closed the wrong one. So, what's his toughness? He's got no armor. Toughness is 3, did 5. So the fat man takes 2 damage. So he is So Archie just goes charging forward and bites him on the leg. Was he on the leg? Damn it! Fucking. Well, bite him on the head. Fucking Archie fucking leaps up and just fucking bites at his face and just fucking starts like tearing out into the fat man. Just fuck no! And it's like reeling from the attack. That guy is going to. That guy is really kind of fucked. So he is going to attempt to attack Boreal on his turn.
Yes, you attack him. That's fine.
Boreal, he's going to try and attack.
Oh shit. Do I need to roll anything?
Yeah, you need to roll your weapon attack as well, but you get a plus 10. You get a plus 20 to it.
Why plus 20?
Every time you successfully hit, you gain a point of advantage. Because you charged into combat, you got 1 point of advantage, which gives you plus 10. You hit, you get another point of advantage, you get plus 20. Every point you get another 10.
I am very amused by that.
Which is a point.
Wow. I think he's dead.
Holy shit.
I don't think there's going to be much way he's going to be able to succeed on that, but he's going to attempt anyway. Nope!
He's dead.
So, yeah, you fuck it. You cut his head off.
Yeah, 13.
He goes to swing at you. He kind of like, you just like step aside, which kind of leaves him outstretched, and you just bring your sword straight down on his neck, and his head goes a-rolling. And he is fucking dead.
Reikland goes, maybe you do have your uses after all.
So, he's dead. That one's still alive.
I smile smugly at Pointy.
He is going to do his feathered mutant is going to do a cool roll because this is going poorly, and I'm actually going to give him a minus 10 because this is going far more poorly than he could have ever thought. That is a major failure. He is going to turn around and book it through that portal. He is fucking running for his fucking life. And he disappears through the portal. That guy is dead. Next up is Asa now.
I don't quite know what to do. I may have to try and go for Mr. Fatman over there.
You could go for Mr. Fatman, or you could try to...
Can I try and get to the other feathered guy? Feathered friend?
You could. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can get to him. You can easily get to him. You can just walk there.
I'm gonna saunter over there and charge stick thing.
So you get a plus 10 to the attack.
Plus 10 just for walking over there and.
Just for it's technically classed as charging in.
The slowest, the most sedate charge, as befits an elf.
So
head desk.
So he is going to.
I'm not very good at the fighting thing, guys.
You're not very good at the fighting thing, but let's see if this guy's worse. He succeeds. So he does 7 damage to you, but it is minus your toughness bonus. So, which is 2, I believe?
Yeah.
No, hang on. No, 3. So, you actually take 4 wounds.
It's down to 8.
So, and he...
Ow!
And once again, it's like, these guys just have something against your torso. He just kind of, like, steps back, and then kind of lunges forward and smacks you in the chest.
Oh, I see how that is. That's calculating how many wounds I've got. Okay. Yep, I see how that works.
So he manages to hit you. Next up is Fat Man. He is going to take a step forward. Actually, no. He's going to just attack. He was going to go for Godric, but then a dog fucking appeared. So he's going to try and smack the dog.
Archie!
So...
Not dog.
Archie! DoesTheDogDie.com.
So he's going to try to attack the pupper.
Not the pupper.
Whew.
Ooh.
So that is... It's a fumbling failure. So,
Pupper
either
gets
way...
a chance to bite back.
So, that is that. And Archie has a plus 20 because he charged in last time and managed to hit when he did attack.
Come on, Archie. Good boy. Yes!
He
Nice.
succeeds better.
He knows
So-
Archibald. That's a cute name.
So the guy tries to swing with his club, and it's just Archie's all up in his face. But the fat guy manages to dislodge him, but just enough for him to get down on his paws, scurry back, and just lunge at his chest. He takes 6 damage minus minus 3, so that is numbers. So that is 6. That's 3 damage. What am I talking about? damage. 10 minus 3. So this guy's he's looking poor. He's not looking very bad, but he's looking damaged at the very least. So next up is this guy,
Gave in number 2.
the rat man. Once again, backs away and pulls an orb-like object out of his bag, and a kind of a metallic object, like a pair of tweezers, like large pair of tweezers with like metal and stone rubbing against each other, and then just puts this little taper in between it, clicks it, and drops it to the floor, it fizzing away,
Uh-oh.
and then steps through the portal
Oh, shit.
and disappears.
Okay, I'm right
Next.
next to that thing.
You are. Next up, Oriel.
What the fuck can I do?
You can charge at the fat man.
Oh, I can? Oh, good. Okay, I'll do that.
So, because you've gone immediately from a... So you managed to hit last time as well, so that is a plus... That is 3 points of advantage for you.
So,
So
30.
you have a plus 30 to attack him.
So you just like get more and more powerful when more and more you hit.
That is a critical success
Holy shit.
on his right arm.
He no
that
longer has a
is-
right arm.
That's 15
So-
damage.
That is 15 damage minus thingy. So let's at least have a roll on this
on this arm that is now flying through the air. Its middle finger outstretched.
If he rolls anything below a 3, I will actually die.
Critical wounds. So slash roll 1d100. 1.
Are you kidding me? Are you fucking serious?
So
Oh wow!
Sean.
Work that one out.
Sean.
so he's still dead. You don't have to worry about that. He's dead.
Oh, good.
Because you just did like 15 damage to him plus another 1 from his critical hit, and not even his toughness can negate the amount of damage you just did to him. He's gone. But just as you're doing it, you just slice his hand clean off, the one with his club in it,
Yeah.
and fuck it. I'm gonna say it fucking slices off clean, and he was in the middle of trying to raise it to attack you, and the club smacks him on the head, and he falls down, quite unconscious and bleeding profusely, about to die very soon.
So what was
Oh,
that
I
one
love
for?
it.
Was that one for the critical effect on him?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So that wasn't an attack against you.
No. He can't possibly roll enough to fucking get that.
So, question, did any of us see the guy drop the thing over here?
Did-
You can roll perceptions, but I'm pretty sure he was making quite a show of it.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Ace
make
was right next to him. He would have seen it.
Ace Nell would have seen it, no doubt. There's no need for him to make a test. Everyone else make a test with plus 30.
And I would just put a shout
Now,
out.
perception test, was that, sorry?
Bomb.
Perception, was that, sorry? Or...
Perception plus 30.
I succeed.
You do succeed.
So does he.
Success.
And because Tanny is no longer here, I shall roll for Amelin.
She's no longer with us.
Oh, I
Gone.
can't believe she's dead.
Plus 30. That is also a sec. Yeah, you all saw the rat-like beast man pull out this metal sphere with a taper on top, use a little metal object to light the taper, and drop it and jump through the portal.
So I look over to Pointy and I kind of say, "Hey, you might want to finish him off quick."
You can soon. Next up, Rattenfanger. Rattenfanger's going to try and help you. He's going to charge forward. And he is going to attempt to launch a fucking sling bolt at that motherfucker. So he is going to do sling. No, wrong thing. Sling. He did manage to hit the guy on the floor, so he is actually at a plus 10 currently. He's pressing his advantage.
Nice.
And he succeeds. He does... That's a lot of damage. So that is... What's their fucking toughness again? I think it's not very much. Fucking not very much. So he does... 8 points of damage to this man.
Is he dead?
Is enough to... This... He's not... I would say with this particular thing, because he's using a sling and it's hit his right arm, it's once again, it's fucking... He's managed to sling this fucking thing so fucking hard that it's fucking shattered his arm. And he just, like, doubles over in pain and just falls down. And is out of action at the very least.
Cool, let's go.
And I believe that's possibly all of the people down. So, yeah, you can move as you see fit.
I'm going to move away from that thing.
Yeah, I'm sprinting like right to the other end of the room.
So-
No, come back here.
So Rattenfanger is the same, and so is Amelin, and everyone fucking
Godric, dwarf,
including all the dead people apparently.
dwarf.
Get them all.
Out my way.
Out the way, I'm not in the fucking way, Pointy!
So, yeah, you all run, I'm assuming,
Yep.
and
Go
just
fast.
as the taper fizzles to the end of to the base of this ball, and nothing happens.
Oh, that was anticlimactic.
Nope.
Then a massive explosion occurred, and unlike other explosions that you've seen, Boreal, and many of you may have seen in the past, this is bright green fire.
Oh, Jesus.
Out of character, is it a warpstone bomb?
Out of character?
Yes.
Maybe. And
So, yes.
the cavern rocks with the strength of this bomb, and the entire cave is engulfed in flames. I can't show it. Bucket flames! 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 Flames!
That's actually what it looks like.
Flames! 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 And rocks start to fall from the roof.
We need to run.
We're at the exit. We need to.
To be honest, I really need to go.
Yep, well, we've basically done here
I
anyway.
think we
Yeah.
finished the encounter.
So,
I need to.
you run, and you run, and with Rattenfanger's help, you quickly get out of the sewers, and you are reeling from what you've all seen and experienced, And it's up to you how you go about what you've just seen, but either way, Rattenfanger just is immensely grateful that you all helped him.
So about that fucking gold piece.
And so you've gone above and beyond the call of duty for Ubersreich. And he reaches into a little pouch and he gives you 2 gold. Each.
Wow.
2 gold pieces.
It kind of clears me out, but you've all earned it.
You fucking bet we've earned it.
And so you each earn a gold piece.
Well, pleasure doing business with you, I guess.
Well, if you ever need help, if you ever need anything else, if you need help getting through the sewers or anything like that, just stop by the Rat Catchers Guild, and I'll help you or one of my mates will.
I'll consider.
And he and Archie hurriedly leave.
Back to the pub, anyone?
Yeah, I think we all need a good drink.
And so you all, slightly disheveled, Godric, a little bit disappointed that he didn't manage to
die.
Anything.
Or hit anything. He managed to die before he hit it. And so you all return to the Forgotten Horse, disheveled. One of you a little bit wounded. And you go to have a nice long drink. And that is the end of the session.
Wait, before we go, I'm rolling to consume alcohol. No, I still fail.
Still fail. So yeah,
I failed by 1 point.
No, I completely fail. I'm drunk.
Yep, you fail as well. So yeah, so far everyone's getting drunk. Godric is starting to think that this pub is selling water.
Are we coming to a close there?
And yet with that, you all return, trying to get your head around what you've just witnessed and seen. And I mean, Aesolanel probably has a few more things he may want to try and research now after what he's seen.
Yep.
And all of you are a little bit wary about what's under your feet in inky darkness.
Well,
roll credits.
Everyone in the chat, thank you very much for staying with us through this. Next week, things are back to normal on Sunday. Going with the Storm King's Thunder, as what's left of the Storm King's Thunder crew continues to defend a farmhouse. On Monday, John and Sean, I'm guessing, will be returning to Minecraft for Minecraft Mondays. Next Wednesday will be Curse of That Vampire Dude with our very own Tanny in the DM's chair. Friday, Scar, very good friend Scar, will be hosting another Space Odysseus session with the A-Team as we continue to try and catch them all and chase down the clones of that nasty bloke who nearly killed us all last session. And then we're back round to Sunday again when, slight change, we're having another Storm King's Thunder session when I've got no idea what's going to happen there, but I'm sure we'll find out. In the meantime, if you haven't already, do please hit the follow button. It really helps us. It's a free way to support the channel and it lets you know when we're going live. And with that, I bid you all a very good evening. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.